Hey, ladies of the Dabbleverse, I'm good at eating pussies.
Mumbling Nick in the back room glaring, cool pineapples rules too strength to bear. If this he said cake, you've got some flair. Time to break the chains and take the air. I will try my best, won't let it rest. With a mic in hand, I'll ace this test. From the shadows to the limelight's crest, I will try my best. Yeah, I'll try my best. Yeah, I'll try my best. Nick's voice stumbles, but the words ignite. In the chaos, truth takes flight. No more scripts, no boss in sight. He's got his dream, he'll do it right. I will try my best, won't let it rest. With a mic in hand, I'll ace this test. From the shadows to the limelight's crest, I will try my best. Yeah, I'll try my best. Yeah, I'll try my best. Nick's voice stumbles, but the words ignite. In the chaos, truth takes flight. No more scripts, no boss in sight. He's got his dream, he'll do it right. I will try my best, won't let it rest. With a mic in hand, I'll ace this test. From the shadows to the limelight's crest, I will try my best. Yeah, I'll try my best. Interviews roll, stories unfold. Mumbling no more, his voice turns bold. Mr. C cheers from the sidelines cold. Pickle pineapple left in the cold. Now the studio's his, the future bright. Nick's own podcast is guiding light. No more whispers, his tone takes flight. He's soaring now with all his might. Yeah!
Taz, if you want me to go down on you, I will. I'll try my best. I'll try my best. What is up, everybody? Welcome to. Can't hear myself. There we go. Welcome to a unscheduled. What the fuck night is tonight? Wednesday. Uh, Wednesday night version of I Will Try My Best. I just went live last night. Talking about sobriety and addiction, as it was exactly 14 years since I got sober last night. And today we had some sobering shit happen. So I'm going to send some links out in a minute. What is up, Oscar Electric? Thank you for being here, my friend. Thank you, Clipping and Dipping. Thank you, Mr. Grindle. Of course, always thank you, Young Old Vibes, and Mr. Z, my favorite troll. Um, anyway, um, gonna let you guys behind the fourth wall a little bit today. I'm not gonna show anything, but me and my good buddy. Oh, how we doing, Deft? Thank you for being here, my friend. Another friend of mine. Oh, thank you, Clipping and Dipping. That's awesome, man. Good for you, brother. Keep it up. Keep it up. A lot of people are getting sober in the Dallaverse, or staying sober, which is fucking awesome. Anyway, just a little information. I think most of you know I am pretty close to the pineapple Eckle, where as far as the internet and Dabbleverse friends, I consider him one of my best, if not, if not my BFF in the Dabbleverse. But even him and I, we have our moments. We've had arguments. We always get through them. But he thought some of my posts were a little callous. I didn't see it that way. Guess I'll let you guys be the judge. But I just want to explain where I stand on everything here. I was more number one. I didn't say anything bad. But first off, every post I did on Charlie Kirk, besides the last one, I did when he was alive, and I actually thought, I'm going to sound stupid. When I saw the video, like all you, I thought he was gone. But I kept hearing that he was stable and alive from people on the right wing, like Glenn Beck and stuff. And the only thing I could think of, and this is if some of you are my age or younger, like when I was a kid, there was a fucking hockey goalie that took a skate, like literally like across the fucking jugular or whatever, and was just gushing blood. And they saved his life. Now, obviously, a bullet does more damage internally than the skate. Just it cut it. But I didn't know if they could stop the bleeding or whatever. But when I actually found out Charlie was gone, it was like it was a shock. First, that video was shocking. I don't. I'm sure you've all seen it by now. I saw the a farther away one um, to start. Then I saw that close up, which is just like, oof. Hey Ashley, how's it going? Eating egg rolls, nice. Um, and it's like, I mean, that's what's crazy about the internet and cell phones, man. Like this shit's all super close up now. These fucking assassinations. Let me see here, Oscar. He was dead on impact. Yeah, so Lou. That's what it looked like to me too, man. Like, because he just went limp. But I don't know. Um, like I said, the shit kept coming up. But when I found out he was gone, it was a shock. Now, obviously, um, I, sorry. I don't like speaking on things truly. Yeah, I mean, God, if you guys saw, so right away they arrested that older gentleman, this like older bald white guy. They took into custody. Guy's fucking pants are falling down, all this shit. He's saying, "Shoot me, shoot me." I even saw a video where people are asking, the cops are dragging this old dude away, and people are like, "Is that the shooter? Is that who shot Charlie?" And one of the cops is like, "We don't know." But I mean, the internet doxed that motherfucker because they all thought he was the shooter and he wasn't. Um, Turns out the shooter was over 200 yards away, and last I knew, they still have no idea who he was. Um, Shamil, you were released, Shamil. Good to hear, buddy. I didn't think you did it. Um, but yeah, that's how. Anyway, I'm all over the place. I kind of want to go through my thought process on the whole thing. Like if even Eckel doesn't understand where I stand on things, and obviously I'm not doing a good enough job explaining, so that's on me. Um, Obviously, I am against anybody. I am huge First Amendment advocate. I think Charlie. I know a lot of you love Charlie. I thought he was a scumbag, but I thought he had every fucking right to say everything he fucking said, and he's a different kind of scumbag than say like the CEO of United Healthcare, right? Um, Nobody, Charlie didn't directly or indirectly harm anybody. Now maybe he didn't mind when people were being harmed, certain groups. He had no problem with that, which I did not like. Um, he may have even motivated some crazy people to do shit, but I don't blame when that shit happens. I don't blame people. Crazy's gonna do crazy, man. Crazy's gonna do crazy. So Charlie had every right to say everything, as far as I'm concerned, everything he said. So he had every right to go to college campuses, say his spiel, that whole thing. So he had two little girls, I believe. I know he had two kids and a wife. He was only 31. I mean, that's tragic. I mean, I watched Charlie debate, you know, people on the left, throughout the years and everything. So what I didn't like about Charlie is like I think his whole thing was I don't want to besmirch the dead here, but his whole thing was kind of a con. I mean, Turning Point USA is, funded by rich fucks. You know what I mean? He's a millionaire. Pretty much got paid to spread right wing corporate capitalist propaganda. That's what he got paid to do. Wasn't like, he's no better than the paid people on the right. Sorry, people on the left paid by the Democrat Party. Those people suck. He's just paid by the right wing version. So, hold on. Aren't you a free Luigi guy? But this you find wrong. Yeah, there's a big difference, bro. Big difference. The Chris Thompson. No, shit, not Chris Thompson. The fuck. What was the name of the CEO at United Healthcare? It was Christopher something, I think. Hold on. I'll look it up. Um, that dude got rich by killing people. He wouldn't cover certain life-saving things, that could have saved people's lives, so that him and the board members can make money. Charlie Kirk never did anything like that. He's sure I didn't agree with fucking most of what he said, but he had the right to say it, and he didn't have people's lives in his fucking hands. That CEO did. So big difference, and I'm not even saying it was right. Brian Thompson, I thought it was Chris Thompson. All right, I had the last name right, first name wrong. Brian Thompson was the CEO. Yeah, I'm spitting facts, Ashley. Thank you, appreciate it. Dude, I'm not deluded. So here's the problem, dude. It's like I'm a fucking realist, dude. Like some people, they're phony as shit, dude. Um they'll act like all upset or shocked when somebody dies, and they're really not because they don't really give a fuck. Or they try and say the most shocking or disgusting thing. You know what I mean? Like trust me, I've seen the Charlie Kirk jokes already. They're out there. You change whatever Charlie lost to the well, I can't remember what they were, but they're already making jokes about him getting killed. I don't do that shit either, right? I don't do that, and I don't act overly sad. I'm not super sad Charlie's gone, but I am 100% against this sort of fucking thing. I mean, number one, we we have no idea who shot him, but suppose it ends up being like a left. Like this is what's interesting. If you want to talk about what's interesting, um, we have no idea who did it. It could literally be like a lefty. Um, it could be a fucking Nazi on the right because he's been fighting with the Nazis. I want to get super crazy. Because this was fucking over 200 yards right in the fucking carotid artery. That's a hell of a fucking shot. Uh, this could be an inside job by the U.S. government. Who the fuck knows? Another distraction. Hey, Metal, good to see you, buddy. Um, CEO was a puppet. He had no power to fix this. Yeah, but you don't get that job unless you're willing to do what he did. That's how you become the CEO of a healthcare system, of a healthcare company. You kill people. And I don't know if I ever covered this on since it happened, but because obviously the news didn't want to really cover it, but some of the inside independent media covered it. The board for United Healthcare was pretty pissed because after Brian Thompson's death, they actually rejected less claims than they did before. They were the new CEO was afraid to reject as many claims, so it worked a little bit. Shmuel, how the fuck am I deluded? Like, this is what kills me. All right, so when I get in an argument with my buddy Eckel, it's like, dude, you're a good dude. I hate like when you get caught up in this because you sound. He'll say this shit to me. You sound, I know you care about people, whatever, and then you sound like you don't, like you're picking and choosing. It's like, dude, if death is wrong, then death is fucking wrong, right? If murder's wrong, then murder's wrong, Shmuel, right? Hey, I paid you money so you can cover my life saving procedures. Yeah, I could cover that, or I could just keep the money and you can die. That's what he does to fucking tens of thousands of people every fucking year. And that's why he's fucking rich, and that's why the board's rich. And we say that's fine. It's okay that he kills people for money. That's fine because that's done through the healthcare system. That's corporate. That's okay. Well, I'm saying that's not okay. Just like what happened to Charlie today is not fucking okay. You think someone has to fucking hold up a gun and shoot somebody to kill somebody? It's not how it fucking works. So that shit's not okay. So fuck him, right? But then, what do you got here, Schmuels? So if it's for a good cause, you're okay with it? I'm not even saying I'm okay with it. I'm saying Luigi gets off. If it changes the system, if some couple CEOs have to die, and it totally changes our healthcare system that saves fucking like 50,000 people a year, then isn't that worth it? Is it worth it for two people to die to save 50,000? In theory, Schmiel, it is, right? So that's all. That's all. I mean, I'm not okay. I don't want to jump all over the place, but there was a shooting in Kenosha a while back where some Kyle Rittenhouse guy was running down the road, and people were like, "Hey, he just killed somebody. He just killed somebody." So a couple people tried stopping him, and one of them ended up dead too. But that's okay, I guess. Kyle's a hero. That's okay. It's not a dumb take. What do you mean that's not what happened? Shmil, stop fucking distracting me. Stop fucking trolling my ass. All right, let's get back to Charlie Kirk. Um, you fucking bringing up CEOs and shit. So I am someone that loves to have talks with people on the other side. I much prefer to talk uh politically, or talk about class warfare or socially with people in the middle or on the right, much more than like on my own side, because just talking and agreeing is boring to me. So I like having debates, like Charlie liked having debates. They said the big difference is Charlie had a rich daddy, and Turning Point USA was funded by a bunch of his buddies. That's why Charlie was worth like $12 million and was just, getting paid to spread what they wanted him to spread. Where I actually believe the shit I say. But Shmuel, do you want the fucking link so you can explain to me what the fuck you're talking about? Then, because I'm gonna be giving all links. If you want one, let me know. If you want to defend the CEO of a healthcare company, knock yourself out. So anyway, back to Charlie Kirk. I mean, fucking Christ, Shmuel, stop changing the subject. So you know what? Let me bring up. Make sure it's okay. Let me bring up some of my Twitter here. Show you the stuff I was posting in real time. Let's see. There's the shooting, I think, right? Hold on. I just don't want to be like John and show my fucking DMs or anything. All right, we'll start here. All right. All right. So I'll show you some of the things. Yeah. Do I like the wealthy left? Do I like the Democrats? Do I like Nancy Pelosi? No, I fucking hate her guts, dude. I'm just saying Charlie was pretending to be something he's not. He was pretending not to be the establishment, right? Am I wrong? He was pretending not to be the establishment when he was 100% funded by the establishment. That was the point I was trying to make there, Shmuel. Okay, just saying. What wasn't a big fan. And also what I really want to get into after is this fucking tribalism shit. Like right after there's a fucking shooting, that old guy Shmuel got doxxed, and he was 100. And yeah, I'm sure the right's just waiting to call the shooter trans or whatever. I'm actually, I mean, obviously it's a tragedy. I'm actually interested in seeing who the shooter was. Was it someone on the left? Was it a fucking crazy college kid? Was it someone on the far right, like a fucking Nazi? Because as I said recently, Kirk was fighting with Nazis. That they thought they were crazy. They thought he was too liberal. Kirk. Fuck. I usually don't get into the government shit, but shit, was it our government being like trying to make him a martyr? And now, okay, we gotta, Trump sent people into Chicago and DC and Los Angeles. Well, now we got to send people into fucking Utah of all places, which means if you got to send them into Utah, you got to send the National Guard in the fucking everywhere and let Trump control everything. It could be. I don't think that was it, but who the fuck knows, man? It's fucking crazy. They have no idea who the fuck did this. All these other shootings, they catch somebody like fucking right away. They have fucking no idea who fucking did this. It's fucking crazy. All right. Let me just show you my posts here. All right. So you guys see that shit? Probably not. I'll read it to you since it's probably hard to read. So let's see. The first one here. First one was the video, which I won't show, but it was the close-up of Kirk getting shot. First, I'll tell you how I found this out even. I was at work, and I can listen to whatever on my laptop when I'm at work. So I was actually briefly put on Stuttering John, and I think it was Penis Wrinkle did like a super chat. One of the first things I heard, super chat asking John if Richard Ojeda had shot Charlie Kirk or something like that, as a joke, obviously. And John's like, "Well, how come people keep asking about Charlie Kirk?" So I'm like, something happened to Charlie Kirk? So I Google, and holy shit, he had been shot. So first I saw like one of the far away videos, and then I saw the super close up that I'm sure you've all seen. That's what this is. This is the close up. So I shared the video, which I won't show, and I put warning. That does not look good. Charlie Kirk's condition still not known as of right now, but that looks so bad. I feel awful for his wife and children. Can we get some common sense gun reform yet? Or is this going to keep getting worse and worse? So that was me saying it looked awful, saying I feel bad for his wife and kids, and figure, well, it's brushing everyone's head. Can we finally get some gun reform? I know we can't, but because there was a school shooting going on at the same time, that's not really even getting anyone's even talking about. Um, so yeah, so there was that, right? And then I see Kumia say, I'm tired of watching snuff films. The leftists are violent pariah in our country. I'm so disgusted. Remind you, Kumia, we still have no fucking idea who the shooter is. So this is some of the shit I want to talk about where, you know, the left goes blaming the right immediately. The right goes and blames the left right away. We have fucking no idea who did this. Whoever it was a crazy fuck, right? Jesus Christ. Um, so I respond to Kumia and I put, too bad you aren't tired of watching children being shot at school. You fucking loser. You make money off of hatred in Division 2, just like Charlie. This is what you want. More money for you. So fuck yourself, you fucking phony. And like, I'm just like sick of Kumia at this fucking point. Number one, he's not fucking funny. Let me backtrack because I posted this on Kumia earlier before the Kirk thing even happened. So this is that awful video of this fucking monster, fucking stabbing, cutting this poor Ukrainian woman to death. Well, everyone just fucking sat there and watched and didn't even comfort her after it happened. And Kumia put, we failed her. This was the last thing she had to look at. She thought America was the wonderful place it's rumored to be. She wasn't told about the animals roaming the cities. No one sat her down and warned her to avoid these monsters at all costs. To which I replied, oops, that's the wrong one. I replied, I thought you were in favor of Americans killing foreigners. What was she doing in our country? So you stand with Ukraine now? I just want to make sure I have this right, because normally you would want ICE to fuck this woman up and deport her, but now, quote, we failed her. So this was obvious sarcasm on my part that I don't think everyone got, or certain people didn't get. Obviously, I care about this woman, but I've been watching Kumia, love what ICE is doing, love, them showing up, covering their faces in unmarked vehicles, fucking up immigrants, taking immigrants, legal and illegal, didn't care, right? I also saw him, on Trump's side and Putin's side, shitting on Ukraine. I mean, we all make fun of John, including myself, where I stand with Ukraine, right? All of a sudden, Humia cares about an immigrant in this country and he cares about Ukraine because she's a very pretty blonde woman who happened to be killed by a black guy. So I was just trying to point out the fucking hypocrisy, because if she happened to be, say, a brown woman from, say, fucking Colombia, and this was an ICE agent or a white dude doing this, Kumia wouldn't even care, wouldn't mention it. I'm just saying, yeah, this guy's a fucking animal. He's a fucking monster. He should have been in fucking prison anyway with his fucking record. And this woman's the ultimate victim. But that's what I believe, no matter what color or nationality he is, and no matter what color or nationality this fucking woman is. But Kumia seems to only care, when this guy's black and the immigrant happens to be a pretty woman from Ukraine, instead of a woman he doesn't find attractive, like say a heavy Mexican woman or something like that. So I was just trying to point out, his shit, and he acts like all fucking upset, and he can't believe it, disgusted. And literally, I've heard Kumia admit that he posts racist shit all day because it makes him money. He posts it on X, he gets all the clicks and the hits. That's why he doesn't post funny shit anymore. He posts boring shit and not even creative fucking shit. It's not funny anymore. It's fucking pathetic. All right, let me get back to the comments. I was just trying to explain that obviously I wasn't being serious, that I didn't fucking care about this fucking lady, you know? I'm saying, wow, it's funny that Kumia finally cares about an immigrant. And it's from a country he makes fun of all the time. Um, yeah, Kumia baits, Nick bites, whatever, dude. All right. Um, but they're almost always black, and there lies the problem. Are they though, Deft? Or is that just what if Kumia's report on? Um, Dude, if you want to come on, come on. You're fucking all over the place, old man. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about at this fucking point. I'm owning the shit I fucking said. I was explaining the fucking hypocrisy. That's all. All right. Fucking Christ. Like I'm saying, right there. Kumia makes fun of immigrants all day. Now he doesn't want them in our country, right? Now we failed this immigrant. That's what he fucking said. We failed this one, right? Makes fun of Ukraine. Now we failed this fucking Ukrainian woman. So who's the fucking hypocrite here? That's all I'm fucking saying. Jesus Christ. My fucking God. And now he's gonna act all fucking upset. Kumia does a political show now, dude. Okay, he can't be doing his fucking whatever you want to call it. Um Fucking racism baiting or whatever the fuck. It's fucking boring at this point. Very boring. All right. So anyway, posted the Kirk thing. Then this is police cast from that school shooting in Colorado today. So I put another day in gun crazy America, sickening. And this is Charlie Kirk. Here I'll play what he said. This was 2023. What Charlie Kirk thought of gun deaths in the U.S.
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe. So then how do you reduce? Very simple. People say, oh, Charlie, how do you stop school shootings? I don't know. How did we stop?
All right. So basically, Charlie Kirk saying, we got to have some, he's fine with having some gun deaths every year because it protects the Second Amendment that protects our other rights. So I put, this is still not knowing what's going on with Charlie Kirk because, everyone on the right, Tim Pool and all these guys are saying that, he's in stable condition at this point. And so I put, we don't know if Charlie will make it yet or not, but either way, he's wrong. Someone just used their Second Amendment right to try and take away his First Amendment right. I'm against that. Charlie is for that. Now he's fighting for his life over this stupid belief. So the point I was trying to make, and I used this fucking analogy with Echo, it's weird. I was like, all right, suppose I had some crazy fucking belief like, you know what? I think if an immigrant commits murder in another country, it's all right if they're over here. We should give them a second chance in our country and let them roam free, right? Yeah, they may kill some people, but I think that's just the cost, of giving people second chances in this country. Suppose that was my belief, and then a murderous immigrant killed me. I'm sure people would feel bad. I'm sure people wouldn't want me dead. I'm sure they would feel bad for my wife and kids. But at the same time, you'd be like, that's what you advocated for. Well, that's how I feel with Charlie. I feel fucking bad for his wife and kids. As someone that loved to debate politics on the other side, I didn't respect, him taking money from fucking rich fucking establishment fucks to do what he was doing, but I respected, him doing the debates and all that stuff. And political violence has fucking no place in this fucking discourse. So 100% against that. Whoever shot him is a fucking coward who doesn't know how to use their fucking words, right? But at the same time, as I just showed in the video, this is the shit that Charlie advocated for. He was fine with other people being shot and killed, as long as it meant, he had his Second Amendment rights and, could talk and blah, blah, blah. And now he became one of the victims. And it's fucking sad, but like I said, he had no problem when it was somebody else. That's the point I was trying to make. So Anyway, you're a stupid motherfucker. All right, cool. Do you want the link, King of all diffs? Let me know. Like I said, I'll talk to fucking whoever wants to talk. Never gun laws. Never gun laws only keeps guns out of good people's hands. Yeah, dude, that's why this only happens in this fucking country, man. Like, why doesn't this shit happen in other countries? As I said, Japan has probably some of the strictest gun laws in the world, and they literally have like no gun deaths, no gun murders. So, if more guns is the answer, what do you think would have happened if everyone in that crowd was armed? That old guy who was completely innocent would have been shot and killed. Some cops probably would have been inadvertently shot and killed, and they would because they were shooting at the old guy, and then they'd have to shoot back, and they would have shot some people. There would have been way more dead people if everyone was armed in that fucking place. More guns is not the fucking answer. This hard on for fucking guns drives me fucking crazy. I said this in a recent dabbling in politics. I'm not even an anti-gun guy. I am, for the first time in my life, thinking about getting a gun. The reason I haven't had a gun is, number one, my children were too young. Now my youngest just started high school, so I feel a little better about it because everyone's a teenager or a young adult at this point. So now it's just up to me. I have not trusted myself with a gun. Ironically, I didn't think I was responsible enough to have a gun, which I said ironically is a responsible thing for me to think. But I can have a short fuse with shit. I'm fucking clumsy as fuck. You know what I mean? Tell me where to send it, King of all diffs. I don't think I have you on. Are you King of all diffs on X? I don't know if you are, but 100%. Whoever wants to come on can come on. I just wanted to say a few things to start out. I'm pretty much rounding that up. So, if anyone wants a link to come on, Deft, if you want one, Shmuel, anybody, let me know. Bunch of us were friends before this. We're gonna be friends after this. We're just gonna have this fucking talk. It just happened today, so obviously it's a little fresh. There's no such thing as banning guns. There's only deciding to let government have them all. So, all right, Carla, this is my theory on that. I never said ban all guns. We have to restrict who can have guns and who can't. There's too many fucking nut job crazies getting guns way too fucking easily. There's no perfect solution. There's always going to be some fucking murders. I'm not saying there's not going to be none, but I don't agree with this notion. Like, nobody's going to, the people that claim they needed guns to take on the government because of fascism are now letting Trump just do whatever the fuck he wants. They have no interest in fighting the government. They have no interest, Trump sending fucking National Guard to fucking any fucking state and city he wants. Arresting somebody for arresting a veteran for burning the American flag, which is First Amendment protected right. So he's violating the Constitution left and right, and all of these patriots, they're not doing it. Not only they're not doing anything about it, they're supporting it. So I find that funny. Also, we're never gonna be able to take on the U.S. military because that's what people are saying. You're not gonna fight politicians. You're gonna have to fight the U.S. military. And no matter what, they got tanks, they got bombs, they have weapons we don't fucking have. So we're never going to be able to protect ourselves against the government if we really wanted to. So, and the ones that say they want to aren't doing it anyway. Cops are bad, right? So you want the cops to be the only ones to have them. I'm not saying I don't want, dude, I just said I'm thinking about getting one. What I'm saying, we need stricter gun laws. We need something, dude. We need common sense gun reform. It's the Wild West out there right now. And if you guys go on Twitter, like, the algorithm likes to show you what you engage with now. Since I like to talk to people on the other side, so most of my engagement comes from conservatives. So I'm seeing the Elon Musk, the Kumias, the Chrissy Mayers, the fucking even the right wing fucking YouTubers. They're all getting ready for a civil war. They're all getting ready to take out the left because they have no idea who shot Charlie Kirk, but they're blaming the entire progressive, liberal, everything, blaming them all. We all killed, me and my whole side killed Charlie Kirk today, according to Chrissy Mayer and everybody. And these people should have guns? Are you serious? It's fucking crazy. Yep. Yeah. Hey. Krishan, my friend, if you I'd love to have you on, man. If you want the link, let me know. Um, Murderers don't follow laws, dumbass. Holy shit, really? I love this one too. So I guess we shouldn't have any laws then, because it. Why do we have laws? The only one that's going to obey them are law-abiding citizens, right? So let's just get rid of laws. Let's right. You do you want rape to be legal? Murder? Well, what do you want to be legal? Because only criminals are going to break the laws anyway, so we might as well not have them. Like that's what you're saying. Um, it only gets brought up during guns for some reason, but that's what you're saying. Might as well make it. Fuck. Only us law-abiding people are going to have consensual sex, right? Only rapists are going to rape people. So you might as well make rape legal then, right? Just like you might as well give guns to everybody and make shooting people fine. Like that makes no sense, man. Makes no sense. The military is the people that. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Deft, and that's actually where I have hope, my friend. Is I hope most of the I hope most of the military would not turn on us. So that's my hope. But like I said, the other thing is I fully believe that this is the most closest thing to a fascist government we've had in my lifetime. And a lot of the people with the guns and on the right, they love it. They're loving it. So it makes me think that they don't really care about the Constitution and fascism and all that stuff like they claim. It's not really their thing. Seems like we need stricter enforcement of laws. I mean, that could be, and I'll even admit this, young old vibes. I'll admit this. As I said, there's no perfect answer. Even if we do try, like I said, implement some more common sense gun laws, this country is gun fanatic for some reason, where they want to arm teachers and all this shit. Like I said, I'm not even anti-gun, but this shit where more guns is the answer. It's the only time I've ever seen no one's saying more fentanyl is the answer for all the fentanyl deaths, but somehow more guns is the answer for all the gun deaths. It doesn't make much sense. Anyway, all right, let me send out a couple links. By the way, this is Jake's strategy. Send out the links while the show's going on instead of before the show. Mr. Krishan. Everybody talking amongst themselves. All right. Just send out a few more in a minute. You don't blame the pipe. Okay. Is that a crack pipe reference? Yeah, OG, but the term uninformed voter may apply here. All right. Let me bring on my good friend who is on the other side, but we get along great. Some of you know him, some of you may not. He's not really Dabbleverse, but I met him through Jake Hudson and everything. Here is from Misfit Nation, Krishan the Don. How we doing, my friend?
I'm good, my friend. I dabble in the Dabbleverse.
Yeah, he dabbles in dabbling. Yeah.
Oh man, Nick, good to talk to you as always, my friend.
Thank you, Jeff. I just realized I was doxing my DMs.
Oh,
sorry.
I realized.
I don't think I had anything juicy in there.
I did the same exact thing on a stream just a minute ago.
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck, ruined it."
Sorry.
Well, I love you, Nick, but yeah, I think you're way off on this one.
Well, that's why I'll bring you on, my man. Let's air out our differences. What's your opinion on the whole situation?
Well, we can get into the gun thing because I think that's a whole separate debate. But yeah, I think you miss where like the reason why people blame the left for things like this is because it is political violence. So just like if a right winger killed a left winger based on political politics,
Yeah.
I think we'd admit that, and that would be front page news and a 2-week news cycle. Now the thing is that you're missing that the left wing has done a really good job at villainizing Charlie Kirk and putting this like white supremacist thing that he hates immigrants and he hates this and he hates that, when it's not true. It's just made up horseshit from the left wing, and they can never like actually prove it. Like if I were to tell you like play a clip of Charlie Kirk being a white supremacist, you'd have a hard time finding a clip. You know what I mean? So the fact is that just like when they tried to assassinate Trump, the left wing tends to ignore that they've been calling him Hitler and they've been calling him a fascist for the past 10 years. And that you're basically telling people that he's Hitler. Like, so to go and kill Hitler is actually a good thing, right? In most people's minds. So that's why they call him that, is because it's one of those dog whistles to get people to go and commit political violence. And the left wing tends to pull back and pretend they don't do. They don't. No, I don't. We never do that. I'm not saying you do that.
No, I know what you're saying, man.
Yeah, your side, yeah. I think political violence in America is almost strictly left wing on right wing.
Really?
Absolutely.
Right. 1 second. Yeah, Kip. That old guy they arrested, they released. He had nothing to do with it, and I think I even read after that they took a second guy in the custody. I'm not positive on that, but that person was also released.
Person of interest.
Yeah, person of interest or whatever.
But it's also looking like it may be a professional hit, because the guy was on a roof and he shot with a rifle.
Right. This seemed, not that I know, but this seems way more of a Stuttering John said it was fake, dude. I don't think the left said it was fake. Here's the problem. The left is splintered into different groups. I'm more on the Bernie side, I guess. Then you got the Democrat side, and you got the blue no matter who. Then you got the almost like the Jimmy Dore left. That's almost right wing because they've gone so far left. They've come back around. It's all different groups. Where I'm going to disagree with you real quick, and then I want to hear what you have to say is
okay.
I think so. I don't think it's a left or right thing. I think it's both. I think both sides get way too tribal when this shit first happened. So, for instance, the guy that shot Trump, that guy was more of a right winger than a left winger, but they still claim the right still claims he was like a left winger for some reason. And we had those two state politicians in Minnesota that were killed by a big MAGA guy, and I had right-wing people kept saying, I don't believe he was a Trumper. I think fucking the fucking governor had him killed. Like, they come up with all these conspiracies, like why, when it's a right-winger, it's not really a right-winger. So I don't know. I get confused because the left is supposedly anti-gun and they're pussies and everything, but yet they're the violent ones shooting everybody. Like, you can't have it both ways. It's got to be one or the other. And I think it's both. Like, whenever it's someone on the right, the left tries to paint it like he's a lefty, and it's like, and maybe the left does that too, tries to claim that the lefty's a righty. I don't fucking know. Like, I think both sides waste too much time trying to blame the other side. Be like, look, let's just fucking figure out why the fuck this crazy fuck did it, and try and figure it out. But
that is why they're doing it, though. It's because it's political violence. Like, that's the motive,
right?
Is politics.
This one we don't know yet.
What's up?
Yeah, this one we don't know yet, but yeah.
I mean, it's safe to assume, though. Like, why else would somebody kill Charlie Kirk?
I'm gonna say it's more probably a lefty, but like I said, he's recently been fighting with some fucking Nazi groups that think he's not extreme enough, so to one of them go fucking crazy, King of all this. What's not true? The guy that shot Trump was like registered fucking.
Yeah,
He voted
registered
Republican.
Republican. I was gonna
Yeah,
say that.
it seemed like he
Yeah,
was
but
more.
there was also a lot of left wingers, like super like extreme left wingers that were registering Republican in order to vote in the primaries to try to primary out Trump. I think it was Trump. So that's what they were. I believe they were claiming that that's what he was.
So
But
that's what.
it also doesn't make sense like to go like, oh well, he was a Trump supporter that tried to kill Trump.
He
It's like
also
it
had.
kind of doesn't make sense.
So he also had Biden on the hit list. He was. It looked like he was trying to kill the first famous, and he had a few other people, and it was like the first ones that he was going to come to his area. There's the one he was going to fucking kill. Like obviously he wasn't like a Trump worshiper or anything, or else he wouldn't have killed Trump. But he was more right wing, and he just wanted to kill fucking. Looked like he wanted to kill famous, powerful fucking people, and Trump happened to be the one that came to his area.
Well, what about all these shooters, these trans shooters that are like shooting up churches?
Both
Like
of them.
and they're specifically shooting up Christian or Catholic churches. Like do you think that's political violence or no?
So we went. I think that's overblown with that. I believe obviously that might be more religious issues. With how the church sees trans people, because I believe like both times it was like a Catholic school or whatever, or you're saying even a church. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
schools or churches.
yeah. Obviously, there's something going on there, but I also think that's being blown out of proportion. Like I'm not. I mean, yeah, they're fucking murderers. They belong in fucking prison. But every time there's a shooting now, they try and paint the person trans. The only reason this person hasn't been painted trans yet is because everyone thought it was the old fucking bald white dude who clearly wasn't trans. Um, so like, yeah, I don't want to beat this one to death because we talked about that a couple weeks ago, but I don't think trans has anything to do with shootings. I think more just like like Columbine kids were bullied and shit. That's kind of what they did.
Do you think trans is connected to mental illness?
I
Or
would
at
say
least at least your mentality?
yeah. So like I don't think I would use the term mental illness, but obviously you're probably dealing with some sort of depression or identity issues. There's something going on in the head. Whatever you're gonna call it.
Yeah, so I don't think it's that far off to connect that if somebody who is transgender shoots up a church, that maybe their transgender mental illness is actually connected to why they shot up the church. And then when you actually look at transgenderism, it's actually something that's it's indoctrinated into people. You can be brainwashed into being trans. Like there's kids that it's like on record, kids that have been indoctrinated into thinking they're trans because their mother wanted them to be.
Yeah, so I can see that. I think so. Where I might agree with you guys is, there seems to be way too many kids in Hollywood who are trans. So I think a lot of like famous actresses are losing their minds and thinking it's almost fashionable to have.
That's
a
what it
trans
is.
kid,
Yes.
you know what I mean. So
Yep.
I could see that in the Hollywood aspect and everything.
It's also so that they have something to be oppressed over. Like because they live such lavish lives, they can go, oh, now I'm part of the trans community because I have a trans daughter or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So
Like
now they have a thing that they can say they're oppressed.
right, like in the Dabbleverse. I know you just dabbled in here, but I think Stuttering John almost sees it as a badge of honor that he has like a trans child, and he uses it on
Yeah.
So
Makes it interesting.
King of all diffs, tell me where to send the link, and I will fucking send you the link.
Guys like jerking off on your shoulder over here.
I'm like, I told you could have it, man. I don't want to just post it publicly. Then I get fucking somebody I don't know fucking showing up. But you tell me where to send it, an email, a DM, whatever. I will fucking send it to you, and you can come on.
So Nick, you don't think that the left wing has any kind of like, and I know I'm speaking in a monolith when I say left wing.
Yeah.
And let me also explain the difference too. Like you said that the left wing is fractured and there's some that are this, some are that or that, right?
Yeah.
The difference though is that like everything that I'm quoting where I'm saying like, you know, Charlie Kirk is a white supremacist and all, I'm speaking from like mainstream left-wing media. Like this is like CNN saying this. This isn't like podcasts, you know what I mean? So that's kind of the major difference is like the left-wing fringe and the crazy radical side is actually the mainstream side now. Like it's not how it was in the 90s or you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
it's mainstream now. So that's kind of the difference in where I think the left has way more responsibility in it. So I guess that's my question though. You don't think there's any kind of responsibility?
Well, I think everyone has responsibility. I just don't think it's more I don't think it's more left than right. And the left, if you want to call it liberal, see my issue is with the mainstream media is I don't really consider obviously like Fox News and Newsmax, that's more right wing media, conservative, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, people consider like MSNBC and CNN left wing media. I consider like corporate media. So I don't know, but anyway, if you want to call it liberal media, I mean, the couple of clips from MSNBC I saw today, they fucking embarrassed themselves. That fucking guy, whoever he is, I don't know if you saw, he claimed like that Charlie may have been accidentally shot by one of his supporters who shot the gun in the air in celebration or some shit like that. Like, it's clearly a fucking sniper shot to the fucking neck. Like, that's just fucking fucking absurd. So, yeah, MSNBC and CNN, if they're spreading propaganda about Charlie Kirk and others, then obviously I'm against that. That's fucking ridiculous. It's I don't even know how to explain it, but they're fucking terrible. Yeah.
Like when they go into like, okay, we need to start cooling down the rhetoric when stuff like this happens. Like, I don't think that's a we thing, really. Like, I think that's more of a left-wing thing. Like, I'm good with like having abrasive arguments and debates and stuff like that, but when it gets into like you're now trying to label me Hitler or you're trying to label me a white supremacist, like I'll tell people, look, I'm a racist. I'm not a white supremacist. But then I think there's different kinds of racists. Like, I don't hate anybody because of their race. I believe in like things like racial profiling. I think that's a good thing. Now, my thing is this. I can tell you I have like an educated, like, you know, couple step debate on why I think racial profiling is a good thing. And it's because I think it's inevitably good for the communities that they're racially profiling. I could actually explain that. I'm not just going like, I like racially profiling because I hate black people. That's why I'm a racist. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, now, when it comes down to rhetoric, like cooling down the rhetoric, I think that's more of a like the left wing has to cool down the rhetoric. The left wing has to stop calling us Hitler or calling us racist or whatever the fuck, homophobic and transphobic because we want, you know, illegal immigrants out of our country. That's not racist or transphobic, or not transphobic, xenophobic. It's just being a countryman. That's any country.
And you don't see the right wing doing the same rhetoric to the left?
Name it. I just named like a bunch of like of the rhetoric on the left wing. What's the right wing?
I get called a fucking communist, socialist, fucking whatever.
You are though.
I am not.
You are a communist and a socialist.
Oh my god.
You're just ashamed of what you are. That's the problem.
No, dude. I mean, sure, could I be democratic socialist? Maybe fine. I'm not a fucking communist.
What's the difference between communism and socialism?
I don't think the fucking government should fucking control the fucking means of fucking goods and all that fucking shit. I'm not calling for any of that fucking stuff. I think.
So what makes you a socialist and not a communist?
Well, I think certain things shouldn't be for profit. Like, I don't think fucking healthcare should be for profit. I don't think prison should be for profit and all that shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I believe that people should own fucking businesses and all that stuff. I'm not against fucking business owners and shit.
When shouldn't people be able to profit off of something? Like, what's your requirements of things that they shouldn't profit off of?
Well, just like the things where it's, I mean, a lot of them aren't that way to begin with. Like, fire departments. You know what I mean? Um, I just mean like you shouldn't have to pull your fucking credit card to fucking, we don't pull out our credit card to fucking call the police, to fucking call the fire department. So it shouldn't be that way for fucking healthcare either, because that's, to me, I put that like in the same kind of necessity, keeping you fucking alive and safe and everything.
But how do you develop that without some kind of like incentive? Like,
well,
all right, for
every other
instance,
country has that besides
well,
us.
not really. But what, like, let me ask you though, what if like I invent the cure for AIDS, but I want to profit off of it? You think that's wrong? That's immoral?
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. You should get something for it. You know what I mean? I famously Jonah Salk, whatever, gave up the polio vaccine for free. But that's a very rare thing.
Yeah, you could choose to do that. I'm not against that.
Yeah.
Somebody chooses to put it out for free. But what's, sorry, go ahead.
So it depends. Like, I mean, if you work for if you did it yourself as like an entrepreneur, sure, you should get something for it. But most likely that's going to come from like big pharma, who's funded by us 100%. All their fucking, all their research and all that shit we fucking pay for. So fuck them. Are you in the Underverse? I can send the link to the Underverse. If you're in that chat, King of All Diffs. I'm trying to work with you here. I don't know what that is. Code?
Well, that's because he makes a good point. That's inevitably where I was getting at, is that like he says, if there's no way to profit, you'll never come up with it in the first place. It's kind of like profit incentives is what drives people to do things, to innovate and invent things. You know what I mean? Like, that's why communism and socialism doesn't work inevitably, because there's no incentive to do anything better.
No, right. That's why communism absolutely does not work. 100%. Yeah. That's why, like, in theory, communism, it was almost, some parts of it are almost a good idea, but it always turns fucking corrupt, and yeah, it takes away the motivation factor. Yeah, I agree.
Right. And also to the same thing is like when you put it into play into government, like you look at for instance project buildings, right? The reason why those are horrible and they're ghettos, and they're not well kept, and they're horrible places to live, is because they're government buildings, and there's zero profit incentive to them to keep up the building, for them to maintain it or do anything to it. That's why project buildings always inevitably turn into fucking ghettos. There's never nice project buildings.
So I was more talking health insurance, King of All Diffs. I believe in universal health care. Okay. I don't think someone should die because they don't have fucking money or fucking insurance. If you think they should, fine, but I don't. I mean, I can't argue with you if you think they should, but I don't.
Well, I think what he's getting at, because I kind of agree with this too. I'm not 100% sure on it, but the idea is to make the healthcare system more of a free marketplace. So that way there's profit incentives. There's like a reason to make it better. People are like more invested in it. And also just government run anything sucks.
Yeah, I'm not saying government's great, dude, but a huge reason why the government fucking sucks is because the billionaires are bribing them to do what's best for them. They're not doing what's best for us. They're working for them. They're not working for us. That's why they suck. And just if you go to the
what do you mean? Explain that though.
They will see you at the ER, but if you don't have insurance for long-term fucking care, yeah, you will die. It's happened a million fucking times. Sorry, what were we just talking about? You
were saying that the billionaires are
Yeah. Dude. I mean, you don't think fucking Elon? I mean, if you guys talk about Soros, and then there's Elon, there's fucking Bezos. Like it all started under fucking Reagan, where they fucking with this fucking trickle down economics. They're not working for us. They they act like they can't get anything done. It's on fucking purpose. They don't want to get anything done. When it comes to the record breaking tax breaks for the rich, they fucking keep getting that done. No fucking problem. But when it comes to anything to fucking, I mean, help us, or not even us particularly, but just whatever, the poor, the working class, they never get it done because they don't want to get it done because they're not
Yeah, so
being paid to.
even so, why wouldn't it be better to have the option to say, okay, fuck the government, I'm just gonna go to the free market healthcare, the healthcare free marketplace, and just shop around.
If you want. I'm
No, you
talking about
can't. You can't though. That's the point. I don't think it's ever been like really tried to have to have it be more free market.
Oh, I thought you were saying, sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were saying like if we had a universal system, like what if you didn't want the government system?
Well,
What if
no,
you
no, no.
wanted, yeah,
In a universal system, you only have one
one
choice.
system, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why also a universal system doesn't work either, because you have no choice. And that's one thing people like to have choice on is their doctors, who's going to operate on them and what
Yeah.
they can do.
Even that we don't have. Like I can tell you right now, I supposedly have decent insurance, but I have to stay within network. I don't get to pick any fucking doctor I want. King of all diffs. So my Twitter is
Jesus, this
at
guy's
OG Mumbling Nick,
president.
right? I actually recently put my DMs wide open, so you don't even have to follow me or anything. Just find me on X, OG Mumbling Nick. You'll see the Guy Fox mask. Just DM me. Let me know it's you, and I'll respond with the link.
Can we switch? Because I'm more well versed in the Second Amendment thing, and I think
Yeah,
it actually connects more. I know we veered off.
Yeah, we went way off. I just realized we've been talking about healthcare.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't know like that much about it, but yeah, because you were saying, I think you said it a few times that you don't understand, like you compared like the drug problem, the fentanyl crisis, to guns, where it's like, the answer to gun violence is more guns. You wouldn't say that about fentanyl or drugs or whatever.
Yeah, or anything else really.
Yeah, but that's where the difference really is, that like, you're not using fentanyl to protect yourself. You get what I'm saying? There's different reasons why you would have a gun. Right?
Yeah, right. It's not apples to apples. I will give you that.
Yeah. So but I don't understand how you don't get the logic in that there being more guns around is actually making it safer. Like, what's the disconnect you have in that? Is it just that? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say, in my experience, that has not been the case. Like, take schools. People always like, if you have armed guards at the schools, things will be safe. Well, in that fucking, I always forget the name of it, but that fucking Florida one, there was a fucking armed officer. He did nothing. Uvalde, there was like 100 fucking armed cops that sat there for a fucking hour and listened to him shoot the kid. Like, it just doesn't work. Because even though these guys are armed, they're fucking still afraid, and they don't fucking do anything.
Well,
and
then, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, just one more thing. Then you can.
No, go ahead. Continue.
And then I'm just saying something like today, right? If they were armed, if fucking half the people in that crowd were fucking armed, I'm guessing there was some kind of. Actually, I don't know. I don't want to assume. I have no idea. Maybe they were armed. I don't know what the rules were at this thing. But suppose they're all fucking armed to the teeth. As soon as a shot's fired, when they see the cops wrestling with somebody's fucking pulling their gun out. Probably going to try and shoot that guy. And then it's fucking chaos. Maybe the cops shoot them. It could be fucking all over the place. Who the fuck knows? It would, more people would have been dead if there were more guns. I don't see how it would have been safer.
Well, you're just assuming that. But here's the other thing too. Uvalde, if you remember, there was they were told to stand down for some reason, but one of the parents ran in with a shotgun and saved like a lot of kids. I don't know if I don't recall if he's the one that stopped it. But
I know some parents went in. I think actually the Texas Rangers showed up and were finally like, fuck you pussies. Like we're going in, we're not waiting here anymore.
Yeah,
something like that.
The cop in Florida, the Parkland one, he got I think he lost his job and he got raked over the coals for being a pussy. Because he was basically
he was
edge of retirement and he didn't want to run in. So like here's the thing though, do you not think that they're like not picking these places because they know there's no guns there? Like why, for instance, why aren't they running into, a government building and shooting up people if that's their real problem? It's some kind of like, let's say they have a political message. Why aren't they doing that instead of going to a school?
Well, they tried shooting Trump. They shot Kirk, so I think they are doing it.
Well, Trump didn't get killed because they killed him.
Yeah.
Like, what if there was no guns? Nobody had guns except for the shooter.
Well, I don't think anyone had guns at those things besides the Secret Service and everything. And the cops.
Okay, so you're in favor of just the police and Secret Service having guns.
I'll get to this in 1 second. I do want somebody who's been waiting.
Okay.
You guys don't get along, but we're gonna get along right now.
Oh Jesus! Christ Almighty!
No, we're not talking Jake. We're just talking this shit.
All right, I'll take it out on him.
How you doing, Ava?
I didn't hear what your conversation was. I actually just saw the video of it like after we DM'd each other like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, Charlie Kirk thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
what's your thoughts?
I can't stop crying about it. I think it's like I don't know. I think like the most upsetting. I just it's so horrible that happened. Like his daughter was like right there when that happened, and I don't even understand how to frame it politically. And I don't know. I just hope everyone can get to a place of like agreeing that there's something really wrong when that happens.
Yeah, no, that's more well said than I put it. I will say this. I was actually, when I found out it was a weird thing when I saw the video, like it wasn't out that he was dead yet. And like I said, in fact, some people were saying he was stable with serious condition or something, which obviously turned out, I don't think, to be true. So like my initial thought was he's not going to make it. Then when I heard that, I was like, oh, maybe, I had in my mind that he was. And then when he didn't, it actually was like almost like a sinking. It was a weird feeling. I don't know how to explain it. Like almost like
there's something
feeling like
it's something. Sorry, man.
No, go ahead, Ava.
Yeah, there's something really different about it. I don't know with him happening with him. Maybe it's because we see him so regularly, and just still, I'm still processing the actual video of it. But yeah, I don't understand it's like I don't know how, like, Nick, you've been into politics probably in the same amount of time as me, but like someone like him to me was always like the adversary you wanted to have, like when we used to talk about like policy, back before things got this insane. And I don't understand how somebody could get to a place where they would want to shoot anyone, but even in this climate, why you would shoot him. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have even.
No. You're like, yeah.
No. I actually appreciate your emotion towards it. I do. I thought we were gonna start yelling at each other, but
no. Well, about what would we yell about? It's just
no, not because I didn't think we were gonna talk about the chart. We were talking about guns, and I don't think you heard what we were talking about. So yeah, like
no, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
I'll shut up if you guys want to go back to what you're
No,
saying.
no.
Okay.
What you're doing is real right now. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and it's all linked anyway. Yeah.
Yes. Can I say this real quick?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I think the thing too is just one is just how visceral the video is.
Yeah.
I watch gore shit all the time, people getting killed, all that type of stuff, and I have no problem with it. I've seen it once, the Charlie Kirk video. I can't watch it again, and I think it's just because we, like, on my side, like, you know, I just saw him as just this great mind and this, like, you know, he's a father and the whole thing, and just to see it erased in a second is just sickening.
I think so. I don't watch gore things that much, but that is one of the most haunting moments in that, as you was seeing this person's consciousness lose, like, go in that moment.
Yeah.
And then for it to be someone like that has a family and just someone that you see every day on top of that, I don't know how to process that. Yeah.
You almost feel like there was always going to be Charlie Kirk clips.
Of
There's always
course.
going to be new Charlie Kirk clips, and I thought he was going to be president one day.
I've always had a lot of respect for him because one, he just always had good faith conversations, which is what politics is supposed to be about. But you know, he's a good advocate for his cause. He's a good organizer, and yeah, I can see why you would think that about him with a political future. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, early on, it's my only issue. Well, obviously, I disagreed with him, but like I said, I always appreciated I like talking to people on the other side, so I was always more interested in the, talking to, obviously not on Charlie's level, but people like that. And not to kick around, like I said, I just didn't like how he was funded, so I don't know what he really believed. Like, I've heard a bunch of the independent lefties come out. And they're mortified, the ones that have debated him through the years and interviewed him, and they're like, he wasn't, like, he was a good guy in real life. He wasn't like I think part of it, and I'm not just saying Charlie, I think part of it, when you get to that level, it's performative. You know what I mean? So I don't know how much of it was performative, but I'm saying, I think even the people that don't like Charlie, I think he was probably a better guy in person than,
well, none of that matters though, does it? Like,
no, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, like
if someone's gonna kill someone, then that's like, none of that matters. It's like, I can't even think about it like that, about his politics.
At that point, it's like, who gives a fuck about politics?
That's how I think. That's how I feel about it too.
Yeah, I was sad.
A horror. It's just horrible.
Yeah, we just did a whole stream on it, and I almost didn't want to even talk about politics. I was just like, this is a person, you know what I mean? And it feels weird because I didn't know him, you know what I mean? But it's like I don't want to even say you feel like you know him, but like, you know.
I know what you mean. I feel like I know him too because I've just watched him for so many years. Even I don't agree, but that doesn't matter. I always want to hear what he has to say about everything, and that is part of what makes just watching that video so, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I can see it in your eyes. I
don't know. It's I think you understand, like, with what you just said.
I think, unfortunately, with this, well, with the technology and everything, I think we've all seen, I think, Krishan, you were talking about, we've seen people get shot, this and that, killed, but I could be wrong, but I think this is the first time I've ever seen a video like that where somebody, like, famous, and like, it looked like he was gone, like, instantly. Like, he just went limp. You know what I mean? The
only thing I could think about when I saw it was the Zapruder film, was the JFK. That's the only thing I was like, that's because it was very similar in that, where he got shot and everything. And it was like, yeah, you're right. I don't know if we've ever seen somebody like, and it's weird. I don't even want to call him a celebrity because I don't even feel like he was a celebrity. He was just a well-known influencer. I don't know, but
just like one of us in a certain way. Like, people that care about politics and opine about politics.
Obviously, we're not on that level, but it's one of us. I put that on my ex. I was like, he's one of. And I didn't even mean that politically. I just meant like
Yeah, not in terms of stature, but it's just like, you know, we care about politics, we talk about politics, and you know, yeah, I don't know, like when I found out his little daughter was right there, like that really just took it to another level too. I said she might have seen what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think one of the reports I saw, Glenn Beck said his daughter said he had a pulse or something, and at the time, I'm not even thinking, his daughter's like a fucking toddler, whatever she is.
She's
She's
like 3 years
fucking,
old.
she's
She's
young,
like
you
fucking
know.
like 3.
It's Jesus,
And
but
she's 5, I think. She's 5.
so I don't want to get off topic. I'm just gonna say this real quick, just to make a quick analogy. Like, um, part of the reason I think I got so and I've changed my mind on this, Krishan, so you'll be happy. But the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, when he shot the guy with the skateboard, is because just like someone I was in the politics, I'm someone that's been to like protests, and if I was at a protest and someone's like, "Hey, that guy just shot somebody," you know, I could almost see myself like as just a reaction trying to stop the, like I saw that as one of us, one of me. So that's why like I got all invested in the Rittenhouse thing. So it's kind of similar with Kirk, obviously, as Avin you said, he's way above our level, but we like to discuss politics. You know, I had it out with Echo a little bit on this, but he was right. He's like Charlie's pretty much doing what you wish you were doing, just on the other side. You know, at that level. Like I think that'd be fucking fun as shit to do.
No, he's
So,
like I mean, he's a patriot. He cares about the issues. He talks to people, and he's an organizer. Like, what you have to respect that about him. We shouldn't even be validating him in that way in this nature because of what just happened. But yeah, that yeah, if you want to talk about it on that level, yeah, you have to respect someone like him.
Yeah, you're right. Even just from the business aspect of it, like you did all that just from talking. That's what we all want.
Yeah,
You
and
know what I mean?
his values. I mean, he's a Christian,
Yeah.
and he represents his values, and he's articulate, and he wants to, like, he talks to people that don't agree with him to try to find places of common ground too in this country, and it's horrible.
I don't want
Yeah.
to be that. Never mind.
What were you gonna say?
Like I don't like. Again, as I said, it's awful. Like I don't know. I don't want to sound like that asshole, but I think you guys think he was more in good faith than I thought he was. Obviously, it's still a
It
fucking
doesn't
tragedy and
matter.
everything.
It doesn't
No,
matter
all right,
if you feel like
right,
he's
you can
in
say
good
that.
faith.
I'm just saying, like I never, I always saw him as trying to, like I think a lot of us are in good. All right, never mind. Yeah, like I said, the way he was funded, I never was convinced he was doing it in good faith. But obviously, I like the discourse. I like the debates. You know,
How was
don't
he
like the
funded?
weapons. What?
Well, how was he funded?
Well,
Because you
Turning
said that
Point
a couple.
USA. It's there's some fucking dark money in there, man. He's not just getting
Oh,
from the
Jew money?
colleges, whatever. Never mind. Like I said, like you're making me. I actually appreciate Ava coming on because I think someone on my side, putting it in perspective for me. Maybe I was a little. Not, I don't think I ever got way out.
I really hope we can get to a place where we don't analyze what just happened in terms of sides and just
Well, right.
analyze it
So
as human beings. And
I'll
like,
tell
I
you.
think we need to
it's
get
not
out of
right,
the.
it's not right what happened. Like, there's nothing. There doesn't
I,
have to be a side on that. Like, he's like a fucking father. And,
yeah.
and
I gotta say, I appreciate you too, Ava, because I really thought, and you know, this is just me being a judgmental prick. I thought you were gonna be one of the like, oh, I'm celebrating Charlie Kirk dying, and I thought we were gonna have to argue about
Oh,
that, but I'm glad. No, I didn't mean to put that on you, but I'm just saying I thought that because I'm being judgmental, but
that's
It's
fine.
a
I appreciate your.
What's
I
worth? That's not
appreciate
where I'm
your
coming from. On
for what it's worth. That's as close as you're gonna get to a compliment.
I'll take it where I can get it with you.
Sean does not know Ava at all.
No, I think I do. I think I do. Well, why do you say that?
Because I would
Sam.
never anticipate Ava celebrating a political assassination. I just don't think that's in her nature.
It's
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
We
yeah.
don't have. Let's not. We don't have to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now I know. Now I know. Like,
Got it.
Knowing
that's
I
why I
hope.
said
I really
appreciate it.
hope we can get to a place where that doesn't have to be part of anybody's checklist.
Yeah,
And
so
that
I'll
this is
admit
or, like no.
Yeah, it's kind of getting there.
I
I
kind
know.
of
I
I can
understand why you're. I understand why you're saying that too, Krishan. Like one of the only things I was in the office all day, and so I get caught up really quick. But one of the only things that's on Twitter was that Destiny person just like mocking
Oh,
this,
Destiny's
and it made
terrible.
me like just sick to my stomach. And so, yeah, I can see. I understand that that might be something people can't assume about others. So I'm not upset that you thought that.
Yeah. You know what? I apologize for thinking that.
You don't need to apologize. Okay, let's move on from. I don't want to talk.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
I
start yelling at each other.
I
again.
think where I fucked up is I allowed most of my comments were on like the Chrissy Mayers, the fucking not the good faith people like you, Krishan, but fucking idiots like her, trying to turn this into a into a left versus right warfare thing when we don't even know who the fucking shooter was. And like Ava said, it was a father. As I tried saying at the beginning, he never harmed anybody. So it's just a disgusting thing by a fucking coward, whoever the fuck it was.
I
So.
also feel like we can't.
Like Luigi?
Not to defend.
No, not like
Chrissy.
Luigi.
I don't know what Chrissy said, but I'm kind of ascertaining it from what. Did I use that word right? From what you just said.
Yeah.
I also think that we shouldn't judge people by their initial reactions. True, tragedies like someone getting shot. So, as long as no one killing anyone else, like, I don't know if like you've I'm sure you've dealt with a death in a family and family members fight in the worst times in those, and so I don't think we should judge anyone if they're angry and say the wrong thing when they see something like that happen.
No, yeah, that's true too, Ava.
I think too, like, just in the space that we're in, maybe just like we need to get out of the theatrics of debate and get more. If we're gonna debate, let's actually like, because I get it, we're trying to entertain people, but sometimes there's like there's a price to pay to that. So
Well,
maybe there's
maybe debate is fine, but we should always humanize each other. Like
that's
maybe
yes.
it's the dehumanization. That's the only thing I can think of in my head of why someone would kill someone. And so if that's an issue, then maybe we need to we should do that.
Yeah, anyone in the
dehumanizing each other.
Get back to constructive debate.
And
I don't think debates are constructive anymore.
No, you're right. It's
and
more
Charlie
like,
was an example of someone that
like
had constructive debates.
Yeah, like Charlie was actually trying to change people's, hearts and minds. I think that's the thing. Like people go into debates now trying to win, and I think that's stupid. It's like nobody wins at the end of the day. It's just you're trying to change minds. That's the win. Let's get back to that.
Yeah,
we
and
could be
like and
boisterous and loud and shit.
Yeah, just we're humans talking to humans about things we care about.
Yeah.
shit. So,
Wait,
I'm
Buckman.
sorry, did I kill the? I'm gonna
No.
I don't know what's up with Buckman.
Oh, he keeps like leaving and coming back.
Well, I did that
always
because
has technological issues.
He kind of looks like Christopher Walken. I thought it was a picture at first.
Shmuel, if you come out of the dock with your fucking cock in your hand, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. This is like your old man porn bomb.
Who's Shmuel Buckman? Why do I know that name?
Oh, so you two haven't, like, you're not in the same. He's this guy that he's in the Dabbleverse, and he's like wait, I don't know how to explain him, Nick. How do you explain
Shmuel, if you can hear me, I'm gonna boot you from StreamYard. Try and come back because I don't know what's going on.
It's like the Ben Stein of the Dabbleverse.
That's what one would assume at first, but when you talk to him, maybe he's not.
Yeah,
shiny afterwards.
I always get excited to meet new people on
Hold
stream.
on. I didn't scroll.
I would
down.
love to watch you two interact.
Shmuel, okay. King of all diffs. I don't even know how long you've been there.
Oh Jesus.
Who's king of?
He's been chomping at the bit in the fucking chat.
Oh, what's okay?
He's ready to bite Nick's dick off.
Oh, well, this should be good then.
This should
What
be
is
hot.
going on?
Hello.
I hear
Yeah.
something.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
A little bit. You there, Diffie?
Diffy. It's kind of.
Yeah, you're kind of breaking up. Well,
Sounds like
you're
cyber.
actually very breaking up. Sorry.
Oh, Sam Bibby. He says I should be. I look untrustworthy looking off to the side. Yeah, my over here.
You can trust him.
Krishan is a straight shooter.
Thank you.
King of all diffs. I'm gonna
Except about
boot you.
Jake.
Try and come back. 'Cause you're, can't really hear you.
Keep the shtick going.
All right, there we go. What a train wreck.
Both of these guys tonight can't get their shit. Like,
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
What the F?
I'll be right back.
Sweet. I'll run the show. All right. Oh, it is my show, I guess.
Makes
All right. Where were we? What's up, Sam Bibley?
So whether or not I can trust him, he should look at the camera. Looks bad that you can't make eye contact with the viewer.
Sam
What is
Bibley's
this
a funny
fucking
fuck.
American Psycho?
I have
to make
yeah,
eye contact with the viewer.
I have eye contact issues myself. So something's not wrong with me, Bibbs. And I'll
I
still
actually.
keep-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
He calls me Mummy Nick sometimes, like Mummy. He wants me to wear like a mummy mask on Halloween, so I told him I would. I gotta get one.
You ever plan to go maskless one day?
Yeah, it's good. Like who knows when, but like I said, the plan is just to do it without and like not even acknowledge it. Just act like nothing's going on, nothing's different.
I think you should do like if I get to 100,000 subscribers, I'm going maskless.
Yeah, there'll be something. We'll figure it. All right,
Yeah.
King of all diffs. Let's see if we can hear you.
Hey, you there?
There
Hey,
we
Diffie.
go. Yep, we can hear you. How's it going, buddy?
Not too bad, man. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for coming on, man.
Good. Yeah, man. So, I mean, I'm not nearly as fired up as I was, and I feel like the conversation kind of moved on. But I still want to make just one quick point. Is really I think this conversation has a checkmate to it, and that is the guns are here. Like I agree with you. If we could get rid of all the guns in the country, just wave a magic wand, yeah, great. That'd be a great thing. It ain't happening. There's millions and millions of guns. They're already here. So when you make laws, you're only keeping those guns out of the hands of the good people. I mean, they're here. They're not going away. So when the good people can't have them, who do you think gets them?
Well,
Yeah.
go on,
go ahead.
Christian.
No, go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
Australia had us obviously not nearly as big as us. Don't get me wrong, but they had guns there, and then they had Port Arthur, and they didn't get rid of all the guns or anything, but they made stricter laws on guns, and they haven't had a mass shooting since. Like, I'm not saying
What's
get
their
rid of
knife stats?
Yeah. Okay. So, and there's millions and millions and millions and millions of guns already here
so again, I'm
on
not
the street.
saying
They're
get
not
rid of.
going away.
I never said get rid of all the guns. Like people, like I've said.
No.
that a million
I'm
times.
saying you can't. That's my point. It's not that you said you would or should. You can't. They're already here. So what do you? The conversation's over. You know what I mean? They're here. And there's millions of guns all over America.
It's not
done.
only. It's not only that we have it ingrained in our constitution that it's a right to have.
Absolutely.
So here's the other thing is the reason why we have that right, and it's because of tyranny. So like Nick, you have to also
100%.
you have to account for like, okay, what
Slaves.
if we do give up all the guns?
I never said that. Oh my god.
Okay.
No.
Well, what's your plan then in terms of giving for gun control? What's in like if you were the president, what would you do right now?
I was the president right now, well, number one, the president can't do anything. You have to get fucking
Sorry.
House of Representatives and all
You're the
that fucking shit.
dictator. You're the dictator.
I'm the dictator.
Yeah.
Well, we get universal background checks on everybody. We get a whole stricter thing to get a gun. Like you got to go through a whole fucking process. Like not this itty bitty process we got now, but fucking psych evaluation.
Oh, that is the process.
Yeah, that is the process. Other than individual sales, which some states still allow, if you go to a gun shop, if you go anywhere to buy a gun, you go through a full background check.
No, yes, I'm saying, but I just said adding psych evaluations. I'm into red flag laws, all that.
Okay,
shit.
that's crazy.
Okay, but have you ever heard of the thing? Have you ever heard of the thing called potential for abuse? You never want to give more power. Why are Democrats always, well, whatever. I know you don't say you're a Democrat. Okay, I know, whatever. But people, let's say that lean your way, whatever you call yourself, they hate the government, but constantly want to give the government more power. No. The reason communism is so bad and the reason it can be great at the same time is it depends on who's leading. So you have this great leader that the people get, wrapped up in and give him all the power. And then he's gone, even if he is good, even if you happen to get the good guy, which you're never going to. But, then he's gone and now the government has all the power and blah, blah, blah. So you never want to give government more power. And, you say you hate government, but then you said earlier, oh, healthcare shouldn't be for profit. Okay, then what's it for? Then who does it? The government? And they take tax dollars to do it? Oh, that's efficient.
Yeah, I like to get government to work for me instead of the rich. That's the whole point. I've been trying to
Nick,
make.
you say that
well,
you say
I
that
agree
all
with
the
you
time,
there.
but you never give us any evidence of that.
Wait,
You say all the time the billionaires run everything. They do what
Yeah,
the
I give up.
billionaires want to do. But
They
we don't get
do.
where's your evidence of that
Wait.
specifically?
Actually, here's a question.
Yeah.
What do you mean by you want the government to work for you? Like, give me like specific examples on that.
Well, fucking, I want. You want like policies? I want. Is that what you're asking?
Whatever.
Or in general, you're talking about. Well, instead of fucking, giving all the fucking, like I said, the billionaires everything they want, well, I just want the things that fucking, all the other established countries have, like in fucking Europe and fucking the Scandinavia countries and everything. Like I said, universal health care.
Oh my
Fucking.
God.
All right, whatever. You're
universal
right, dude. No,
health
things
care
are going
thing's
great.
not
We'll
all
just keep
cracked
going
up,
how they're
dude.
going. We'll just keep going how we're going then.
That's not the answer, Nick. But take a look at. Let me finish a second. Take a look. Let's just when you're talking about healthcare, let's take a look at Britain, okay, which is universal healthcare, and the country's going broke trying to provide healthcare. Let's take a look at Canada, right? You're more likely to die of cancer in Canada than you are in the United States because what happens when the government puts stuff in, then they ration out the machines. And in Canada, a PET scan is supposed to be conducted within so many weeks of a cancer diagnosis. I think it's maybe 5, I think is the max. And
We actually
their
have the
average
same thing here.
and their
It's
average
called
is
VA hospital.
13 because they don't have it. Look, universal healthcare is great. If you break your leg, it's great. You break an arm, you need some stitches, it's great.
Yeah.
But if you need, brain surgery or something else, it's not going to happen, and then and the system just gets exhausted. And this is what's happening in all those places that have, universal health care.
And it also leads to creating in a lot of places almost like this black market where people go and like make deals with doctors and shit to like it creates like this like place for a free market anyway. You get what I'm saying? So like the idea of like having the government run it where instead of making it a free market, it's kind of counterproductive.
I disagree with you, but what I do disagree with when it comes to Nick and the other universal healthcare people is it's not like we're not paying for it anyway, right? But at least now I have the choice to buy a plan that I want that's going to fit me. Whereas when the government assigns it, I'm going to wind up paying for whatever they want to give me, regardless
Yep.
of what I need or don't need.
Yeah,
Yep.
look, some of those other countries, they pay a lot more in taxes. You're going to pay for it one way or another.
Yeah, you pay in taxes.
Before Obamacare, I had Aetna healthcare. I had knee surgery, all kinds of stuff. I paid $69 a month. When Obamacare kicked in, it was almost $500, and I canceled it then. Haven't had healthcare since because I'm self-employed.
But it is but what things but you're making a choice, right? You have other
Well,
stuff.
sure. I
You have
mean,
streaming equipment. You've got studio equipment. I'm sure you've got a nice
me?
car, things like that, right? You're making a choice between paying for health insurance and paying for other things. You know, I had no
Well,
problem with mandating people pay for health insurance.
wow, really?
And I
Yeah,
can
because
tell you,
you're going to burden the rest. If you don't have it and you get sick, it's not like we're not going to take care of you. We're going to take care of you. It's just the rest of us are going to have to pay for it because you chose not to.
No, I can take care of myself if I get sick.
Yeah, why the rest of us have to pay for it?
Because there's only certain things that you can take care of yourself. You can't take care of everything yourself, right?
Well, unless I
You wind
get
up with like
some kind of
pneumonia or
years-long
something like that, or
cancer.
an infection that requires lots of treatment. You're not going to be able to take care of that yourself.
Yeah,
Why,
most likely.
why not though? Why not?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
How are you going to take care? How are you going to take care of it yourself? You're going to be able to afford it?
I
Are you going
mean,
to have the equipment for it?
You could maybe you
I've
could.
done pretty well for myself in my life. I'm pretty set.
Right. So you're set, but you're also risking all of it by not having health insurance.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true. That's
Yeah,
absolutely
but the reason why it's so expensive is because there's so many like layers to it. There's the insurance companies that need to get their cut. There's the doctors that need to get their cut. There's the pharmacy companies that need to get their cut. If
it's an incredibly inflated industry.
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
If they know you have insurance, it's one price. If they know you don't have insurance, it's another price. I still get things done,
but it's incredibly
I just pay an eighth of what people with insurance pay in America.
It's incredibly inflated though because the government is involved.
Yeah.
True.
Well, it's
Always.
incredibly inflated because of the amount of money that goes towards malpractice insurance
because the
and
government's
medical
involved?
claim settlements, and that's billions and billions a year of money that goes there. So it's not just government involvement; it's government
Well, nothing's always
standing back. But this is not.
a
But this
single
isn't
issue.
the argument that we were going to have tonight. But I get very upset with Nick's, getting all upset about Charlie Kirk getting shot, but yet is a free Luigi guy because somehow, since Luigi murdered a CEO, that's okay with Nick.
Yeah, wrong is
But
wrong.
killing Charlie Kirk is not, and I don't understand. I think that's hypocrisy.
The point I'm trying to make is the CEO is, killing people too, but nobody seems to care.
But what's your definition of killing people? How do you say he's killing people?
And don't you prosecute that guy, not shoot him?
Right.
But we don't. We legalize that killing in America. It's legal.
But we're not legalizing killing. Maybe we're saying that what you want may not be the treatment that you need because you want treatment, because you want a certain, I don't know, protocol for something. It doesn't mean that it's an approved protocol. It doesn't mean you're entitled to it. And if you think that health insurance companies are making these decisions based on cost, and then telling me you don't think governments are going to make those same decisions, then you're delusional.
Yep.
Okay. Fuck it. Keep going the way it's going. Everyone ration their insulin and die.
Nobody's rationing. Nobody's rationing their insulin, Nick.
Yeah, that's 100% fucking happening.
Yeah, but Nick, that's not the argument we're having. The
you
argument
act like whatever happens to you. I'll even tell you this. I work for a big, famous, big tech company. I don't have choice of my insurance. They say, this is what you fucking get. This is the company. This is what it costs. Take it or fucking leave it. I don't.
And
get
they
a
don't have
fucking
any
choice.
plans in that system. You don't have a
No,
choice to pay
there's
more or
two.
pay less. You
No,
can
there's
only
two.
get one.
There's two fucking plans. You can do the one where you pay more and it covers more, or you could do the one where your money kind of goes into a little fucking pot, whatever, and you know.
Well, they both go into a pot, but that's
Oh, you know
neither
what I'm
here nor there.
saying? The one that you pay less, but out of your check, but it costs you more when you got to fucking get shit done. That's it.
Well, you have
One
HMO,
company,
you get stuck in the HMO, and you get all. But that's a personal decision, isn't it?
but I don't
Right?
get a
Aren't
choice
you
of
allowed to
companies.
make? Aren't
I
you
get
allowed to
one
make? But
fucking
you're
company.
allowed to make that decision. What if the government said to you, um, "You can only have the crappier plan. You're not entitled to the better plan." Are you okay with that?
We go with Medicare for all. Everyone gets the same. We fucking make Medicare cover this, and this. I'm not just saying throw some crappy plan together and the government, and I'm fucking fine with it.
Why does everybody get the same when not everybody needs the same?
So everyone's fucking covered. You never know what you're gonna fucking need.
But Medicare, look,
6 months
Medicare is
ago, I
not.
thought I was fine. Now I'm on fucking heart medication. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, we all didn't. But I had a heart attack at 39. So guess what's important to me? Buy health insurance.
Right, and I have health insurance.
Right, and I spend the money on that, and you're getting heart medication, so your insurance paid for it, didn't it?
Right, so that's what I mean, Shmuel. This isn't about me. I have decent insurance. I'm talking about people that fucking don't.
Why does it sound like Satan is like?
I know, right?
Coming into this stream.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
I hear like somebody talking and it's going.
Yeah,
Is that me? I have AirPods on, and
It might
they're
be.
not great with the
it
iPhone.
might be.
Yeah, it does it every time you talk.
Okay, give me.
The power of Christ compels you.
Yeah, well, it's also. I'm trying to do my karmic impression, where I've had a really rough life. But Nick, it's just there's so much hypocrisy in the stuff that you're saying, and not that I agree with Krishan. I think Krishan's thing about the reason why housing projects are the way they are is not because there's no profit motive. One of my things there is because they put them in shitty areas to keep them away from people. And when they built the housing projects in New York, they put them in the most distant. They put them in the most distant communities.
You always find a new way to make your technology just make whatever's going on with you psychedelic and like odd, and just the Satan's sound is just.
It's a balance. So
right now.
I can get off and I can try to get a computer, but
because I'd like to talk to you about the housing projects thing.
Z, it's not him. I muted King of All Diffs and it was still happening. Just to see.
It probably is me. StreamYard, for some reason, and using AirPods, it just doesn't like itself. But hang on put me in the back room for a minute and let me try something else. All right.
Do we have a priest in chat?
I almost want to thank him because
Hi, Ava.
That made me laugh. I couldn't snap out of it, and then when that started happening, it was just like. What the fuck? Dude, he always has the weirdest technology thing where it's just I don't even understand. Normally that person's cable isn't working with this, but it's almost weird with him.
It's like a glitch I've never seen before.
Keep it
Dude,
simple.
I honestly thought King of All Diffs was, or somebody, one of you was fucking around. I could see Chris's mouth, so I knew it wasn't Chris. So I was trying to figure out. Ava was muted herself, and Krishan was talking while he was doing it, so I muted.
No, I was just staring at the screen, and I was like, "Oh!" Every time Shmuel starts talking, it's going into the Satan thing, and then it's
why is Satan in our chat?
Oh my god!
And then he looks like.
Doesn't his opinion matter?
He looks like Jigsaw, so it kind of makes it worse.
Actually, people say he looks like Joe Biden in the Dabbleverse.
Jigsaw's pretty good.
He looks like I want to play a game.
Yeah, I'll play a game.
He's about to fucking put me in a bear trap.
All right, let's bring him back.
Is it?
What's up,
tell me if that's any better.
Nope,
it's worse.
The power of Christ compels you.
Now you sound like the Prince of Darkness. You sound like Mike Jones. Chopped and screwed.
Oh, Satan.
We gonna screw that. Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot, hose all.
There you-
Buckman didn't let me get my final word in. I was gonna say all the Europeans and Canadians I know in the Dabbleverse, they never want to switch healthcare with me. That's all I know.
All right, you finally got your word in.
There we go. I got
That's
it in.
because they're stupid Canadians.
Now, like he's gonna have like 3 heads when the camera.
There's gonna be fire behind them.
Fire just keeps escalating.
Looks like the Netherworld and fucking Minecraft.
He's like, yes, StreamYard has a thing where it just makes me morph into Satan. Just go 3 heads.
Would we really be shocked if
I think it's a glitch.
Shmuel ended up being Satan? What a twist. Jesus isn't Jewish. Satan's fucking Jewish. Shmuel Buckman.
He's Polish.
Shmuel just went, yeah, Shmuel, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't help you on that one, Nick. I don't have it in me.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
I don't have
Hey,
that
brother.
fight in me. Hi, Chris. How are you doing?
Oh yeah, hey Chris. You just popped on.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oscar in the house.
What's up,
Right?
buddy?
Yeah. Shmuel.
Chris,
that was
Chris is universally liked.
So
Yeah, where'd
first
he go?
Shmuel argue with me, then he shit all over King of all diffs, and then he said
And then he
Krishan was
left.
on. He was
I
then he
think
left.
he staged it.
He backhanded
staged that shit.
Krishan, too. He just
Yeah.
came in.
Yeah, he was just cinching up on me, and I was
Yeah.
getting ready to argue with him.
I never know Shmuel's stances on anything. He's all
Krishan,
over the
if you
place.
have-
I can't figure it out.
If you had any idea how many times like something like this happens, how it's always different, like it would make it so much funnier to you. Like he always has just this new original technology. Just like-
No, and I also love just like the way that people like kind of approach debates and how he was kind of like I said, he was cinching up on me. It was like he was sneaking up behind me and like
oh
he
yeah,
was getting
They
ready to
lured
debate with
into
him.
a trap.
but then,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I liked it.
when
About
you
to
were
be
saying
ambushed.
earlier, when you made some comment, I'm like, no, he's not what you think. Like later on when he kind of was jumping on Nick about the healthcare thing, but then he was like, I'm all for mandating healthcare. Like that's Shmuel. Like it's like what? It's like
Yeah, I always think of, I don't know why I always compare it to like Looney Tune characters. He's like Pepe Le Pew. He's like sneaking up on you, trying to rape you. I'm like Yosemite Sam. I just fucking come in guns drawn. I'm ready to go. Like Alva's like Foghorn Leghorn, kind of
take
just
it.
stumbles into.
What?
Wait, who's Foghorn Leghorn again?
Hey,
Who's that big old rooster?
Yeah.
I say,
I say,
I'll tell ya.
boy.
Oh, I'll take
Yeah.
that. I'll be fine. Oh,
With the
you
chicken
bang.
hawks. Oh shit.
the chicken hawks.
What happened with King of all diffs?
I think he
Yeah,
left,
he just popped off.
I guess. Good guy. He just wanted to tell me we got guns here. We can't get rid of them. Which
Is
I
he
agree.
Is he corn
I
the
ain't getting rid
corn
of mine.
person?
This
no,
almost,
I've even said my views get misrepresented. I even said I'm thinking of getting a gun for the first time, so I'm not talking about getting rid of all guns, but I just don't think more guns is the answer.
so
But we don't like. There's no point in making this about guns. Like we have to accept that it's ingrained in America, and so we need to think about it outside of that debate. When people start going back down it, it's just pointless. And yeah, I think we have a problem of people not looking at their fellow citizens as humans. Maybe we can start there before we like even get in. Well, I don't think we should even have any debates about guns at this point, but we really have a.
I don't think it should have ever been.
As humans, yeah.
Should never been a debate on guns. It's in the Constitution.
Yeah, we should. Smith and Wesson. What do you think?
There you go.
Glock.
I got an HK. I love it.
I've got the Smith and Wesson M&P Shield. Love it.
Smith and Wessons are great with they rack so fucking like clean. It's like
Yeah.
you don't even have to put any pressure on it.
Sweet. I like.
What kind of gun were you thinking of getting, Nick?
Me, I don't know. I have my friend Mike. I was gonna talk to him. He's my gun buddy at work. So, I was thinking of going in the range with him, trying
Yeah.
out a few, see what
Smart.
I don't know nearly enough to make that decision at this point.
First thing, start with what is your need for a gun? What are you wanting? Self protection, home protection?
Yeah, more just for home protection.
Shotgun, baby.
Shotgun. Yeah. I was just about to,
It's got a lot of spread.
Yeah.
a lot of spray.
Well, the thing about it is, I remember when I was in security and doing a little bit of law enforcement on side shit. We'd always have one in the chamber, except the shotgun, because as soon as you hear that clack clack, that'll usually stop it right there, and you won't have to fire.
That shit is scary.
That is like the most terrifying noise. When you hear it back behind you, you're like frozen in fear.
I have a Sig Sauer M400. It's like basically like a AR, and when you rack that shit, it has this little like ting to it. That's scary. Like I get scared when I do it.
Yeah, but on a shotgun, man, that thing's loud, and that means you're fucked. You just don't know it yet. It's coming.
And that shit echoes too. Yeah, it's like beautiful.
Yeah, you can hear the mechanics in it. It's like, oh damn.
Nick, have you ever shot a gun before?
Yeah, only once actually when I was a kid. It's been a long time. Yeah,
That's how I started.
I had an uncle who was very into hunting, so I didn't hunt because I couldn't kill an animal. I probably to this day I can't do it, but I did fuck around, and he lived in the woods, so I did fuck around in the backyard.
That's the best.
Yeah,
that sounds amazing. Nick, I think you're gonna actually like shooting guns.
Oh, that's my fear.
That's the thing. Like, I actually, when I got a gun, I got it like, for the same shit. I'm like, it's cool, whatever the fuck. And I want to protect myself. And then when I like got into it, like I was like, a gun is like an amazing invention. Like it changed the world. You know what I mean? And I just look at it. I'm like, this is fucking amazing. This is great. It's an equalizer. I don't know. It just makes you like feel more like protected.
Yeah. And there's a lot of misconceptions. Like here in Oklahoma, we're a 2A state. I do not, open carry's fucking ignorant. Somebody sees that you got a gun, they want it, they're going to take it, and you're not going to see it coming.
It's kind of stupid, actually.
Yeah, it is, and it makes other people nervous. Yeah. But there's a lot of people in here. This gun guarantees that if something happens, whoever's with me, we're getting out of there alive. We're not running towards the shit. We're getting out. It's for defense. That shit's for the cops. That's what they get paid to do, not us. So, there's some people that will go full Rambo with it. No, it's fucking ignorant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh man.
But ever since they passed that law, it's really hasn't become a thing. Really, people do carry, but you never notice it. And it hasn't changed anything. We still got criminals. Shit didn't go up like they thought it would. They're thinking it's going to be like the Wild West here. No, it's still the same.
Yeah, it's funny in New England because, people, it gets a reputation of being like this liberal anti-gun, but a bunch of New England states, like fucking New Hampshire, Vermont, they fucking love their guns and shit, man.
Well, there's a lot of politicians on the left against it, and they own guns themselves.
Yeah. It's not like I know a bunch of.
It's because in reality they just want the guns to themselves. They don't want us to have. They don't want an armed populace.
Yeah, like I said, the Second Amendment guarantees our first. So
yeah, actually guarantees the whole thing.
But
how do you feel about that, Nick? Do you think what do you think about the whole tyranny aspect of the Second Amendment?
Like how it stops fight against tyranny with guns? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, let's just say worst case scenario, we had to band together and form a militia.
Yeah. And
fight the government. I'm not saying the military. I'm just saying do something.
Yeah, I'm all about banding together. I don't think it would ever fucking happen. Like I said, I think we're too split on that. I think, maybe some of the military would stand with the government, and obviously they'd have us way outarmed. And I know you disagree with me, but I think Trump's trying to do some tyrannical shit, and a lot of the people on the right love that. So I don't know.
No, actually, well, let me speak for myself. I want you to have a gun. I want you to go buy a gun, Nick. Even though we're like opposites,
I appreciate
so that you
that.
can fight tyranny one day if you have to.
I'm gonna go, but I really love you guys, and it's good talking.
I was going to ask you something real quick, but now we can do it some other time.
Oh,
has to do with guns. Okay, being trans stuff. Do you think there's a genocide out there for people like you? I want to know.
Against people like us?
Yeah.
Or me? I think there's something scary happening where there's like this obsession about trans people, where everyone wants to make everything about trans people.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's scary. But I don't know if there's a genocide about it. Yeah. I think people are out for trans people. I think we all know that, and so there's a part of me that's like,
yeah,
like when somebody gets shot every time now, it's like, oh, are they going to say it's a trans person, or is it a trans person? And then does that, well,
that's what I was asking, because the last time they happened, that they brought up that stuff, that they feel like there's a genocide, and there's not. I mean,
a genocide against trans people. They feel like. I don't think it's not a genocide. I think people are have concerns about trans people, but I think it's kind of gotten into a weird area where there's no everyone has a right to have a legitimate concern about trans people. It's not everyone's responsibility.
It's not just trans. Everybody should have with everybody, not just trans.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely, but it's the thing people are talking about. Everyone has legitimate and all that. I think that's blurring into another weird area about violence. I can only speak as a trans person. Yeah, and I can only speak as a trans person. That shooter was not on hormones. I can only speak as my experience as a trans person. I've always been a pacifist, and being on HRT has only made me even less wanting to be negative and argue with people. Want to find love in places. I know in the Dabbleverse I end up in arguments, but that's not my actual life.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
So that's me. But I don't think it's a genocide against trans people. I think it's a weird area. I don't know how to explain it.
I understand.
I hope I didn't
make you uncomfortable.
Huh?
I hope I didn't make you uncomfortable or anything.
No. You can't always ask me anything about that. For me, it's just so. What is being portrayed about trans people is so antithetical to my experience. But I understand that people have those. All I know is it's just like, I don't want to see anyone like be hurt. Exactly. I also understand why people don't want their children like to be on hormones and things like that at all. Yeah, it's blurring into an era where now people are just combining all of they're making it about the left. And to me, like, the left is what me and Nick relate about, which is like about economics and policy and things like that. But now it's all being conflated into this thing that's becoming this boogeyman where trans people are now going to kill you and all that, and that makes me uncomfortable. But I don't think it's a genocide. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. That's fair, actually. And let me say, as a Trump supporter, I actually disagree with Trump on the whole taking guns away from trans people. Not only that, even though I do think it is a mental illness, and I don't mean that as an insult, I mean that compassionately. I don't think even mental illness is a reason to take guns from people. And I know I'm probably in the fucking outskirts on this one. I just don't think I'm not in favor of the government being the Constitution doesn't say not to be infringed on unless you're trans or unless you're mentally ill or unless you're this or that. And that opens it for the government to make a lot of decisions that they shouldn't have the power to make. So
absolutely, and it's not like we're having a surge of violent trans people. It really, I think the reason that people kill people is beyond politics and gender.
Yeah,
and it's about someone that is able to just compartmentalize all their hatred into a human being to justify killing someone. And I think that has nothing to do with any of these things. And so, yeah.
Fair enough.
Cool. Yeah. Well, it was really good talking to you. Thanks for you were my therapy session because I just watched that video. So
well, you must be really screwed up in the head for this therapy.
You should have seen Ava's face when it was like
I'm still like I can't like when you guys were arguing about like healthcare. I was just like thinking I was just
I get
ingrained in my head that image of it. So I was just like I'm of no use in this conversation. That's what I was gonna say. But yeah, it was good talking to you.
Nice seeing you. Ava.
Good to talk to you too, Ava.
Of course. Yeah, Krishan, I'm sorry that we had our argument, but I'll always love you. Like
it is what it is. Yeah. You know.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye, Ava.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
See, one good thing came out of this fucking disaster today. Jesus.
All right. We made a little peace.
Yeah. Look for silver linings.
There you go. Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always respect the host, so thank you, Nick, for telling me, hey, we're gonna be calm, we're gonna be cool, because otherwise I would have, it would have went another way, and that probably would have been bad. So
I appreciate it. I haven't had Ava on in a while. Like I've been on other streams with Ava, like I've been on Schmill's show with her and stuff, but yeah, it's been a while since I had her on. So
can I answer a chatter real quick?
Sure.
Peter Sky Parker says Krishan B. I guess he doesn't like my take on guns and that everybody should just have guns. Krishan B. Like, I think blind people should be allowed to drive. Driving is not a right; it's a privilege, sir.
Just like how drive if you're blind. One hand on the wheel and the other hand out touching the street.
And yeah, let blind people have guns.
Yeah, I think they do in certain obviously I'm sure you're not a Michael Moore fan, but I remember Bowling and Columbine, there was some blind guy that passed his fucking shooting test like in some fucking where it was fucking
here you passed, just don't come back, okay?
Yeah, somebody give this guy fucking blanks. Just don't fucking tell him.
They give him an expiration date like they know.
He was actually Michael Moore is actually interesting with guns too, because he was actually like an NRA member. He's from Michigan, so he used to shoot a lot too. So yeah, there's always I don't know. I've changed my mind on guns a bunch of times. Like I've never been, totally against them or anything, but there was a time when I never thought about getting one, and but that's changed.
But do you think because you still kind of seem to be in the place of like. You think less guns would make the country a safer place, and I just think more guns. The more armed our population is, the better.
Yeah, no, I disagree with that, man.
And gun-free zones are bad because they're like open targets, basically.
I mean, to be fair to you guys, the big issue is probably something we can't do anything about. I have to give that to you, and that's like whatever you want to call it. This. America's love affair with the gun, or whatever you want to,
Sure, yeah, I love guns.
I can't do anything about that. And like I said, I'm not even against it, but I just don't. I think it would be fun to shoot a gun, but I just don't have this. I don't know. It's not. It's not an obsession or a passion. A passion. I shouldn't say obsession. It's not a passion of mine. So I don't totally understand. I have my own passion, so I try and look at it that way, but.
Going to the range is, it's stress relieving sometimes.
Yeah.
Last time I went, it was a knockoff, but I got to shoot Sky had a version of the Dragonoff that you see in all the video games. That was pretty fun.
Hey, Nick, can I say this? I used to be a leftist. I used to be like very extreme leftist, and then I started kind of just. Yeah, I grew up. And here's the thing, that the guns were the last thing that, because I was always like, I don't need a gun. I'm a peaceful guy. I listen to Bob Marley, the whole thing. Yeah. And I don't know. I just was like, what? I think it's just a time to get something to protect myself, just to be safe, just in case. and I just I got a part of gun culture. Like it's just something that happens because you appreciate the invention of it. Like you look at how it's created. I take my gun apart, I clean it, I do the whole nine. Yeah. Like I used to be like you too, Nick. I used to be like, I don't want to get a gun because I know I'm too irresponsible to get one. But that actually made me more responsible because I acknowledged that I am irresponsible. So now I'm very like cautious with them. So I think you'll be actually a good gun owner. You're not a bad dude. I don't think you're going to do anything bad with it. So you're somebody who I believe as an American should have a gun.
Yeah, obviously I never know how things would evolve, but if I got one, my plan would be to like I said, just I don't even think I would. Well, obviously, and I'm in Mass, like you have to get a special license to carry it, but I don't even think I would carry it anywhere. I think I would probably mostly just leave it here, but until I at least trusted myself more, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make myself sound crazy. I wouldn't just shoot somebody, but I'm just saying, like I said, I'm a clumsy fucking person, so that scares me fucking with a gun. But I used to have I've had these moments, like I said, I can't see myself pulling out a gun, but I've had moments where I've like momentarily snapped and like threw something at a fucking bus because they almost hit one of my kids, you know, shit like that. It's like, I'm like, if I had a gun, would I have fucking pulled that out on the bus? I don't think I would, but I know I wouldn't. But it's just that little thing in the back of my head always like, yeah, I'm not gonna have it.
Yeah, it's smart to lose your sort of, because I used to be like that too. I used to have an anger problem. Like I had that explosive anger. So like you got to get rid of that too, because that did scare me as well.
Just use your head.
Do something
like,
stupid.
You know,
you guys probably see I'm a very calm, mellow person, but I have those short bursts. Like, and I don't want to bring Jake up, but I will. You know, Jake has it, but then Jake will. I have that, but except I don't dwell. Like I get over it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll have like a fucking 30-second fucking thing, and then I'm over it. And, but I get it
till the next time, which is like coming any minute. But just be responsible with it. That's all.
You ever fuck your gun? It's really great.
Yeah. I cock it all the time.
Cock it all the time. I'm just trying to troll the chat because they're saying we're being sexual about our gun. It's like being a car guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's car guys, there's fishing guys, you know, there's hunting guys, there's gun guys.
Yeah, I was never a real man with any of that shit, unfortunately.
We'll make a man out of you yet.
We'll put some hair on your knuckles.
No, I was never a big car guy.
Yeah, we'll get you out of that blouse and into a t-shirt.
Obviously, never a gun guy. I'm in the music. I'm in the sports. You know, movies. I fucking love movies. I can nerd out on talking about movies and shit. But
well, yeah, so can I.
Yeah, I never got into tools. I've actually gotten a lot better at fixing things, but I used to be so fucking. I once took the fucking vacuum cleaner half apart, and my fucking, when I put it back together, my wife couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, yeah, everything I took apart, I put in a fucking row, so I knew fucking which way to put it back together. But, yeah, it was never handy.
Take you out for ice cream for that.
It sucks because my wife comes. The men in my wife's family, they're all they're those guys that just know how to fix. They're born knowing how to fix fucking everything.
Yeah.
You know? They're all handy, and then she marries me that can fucking. I can change the oil in the car. I can change some like windshield wiper blades and change a tire, and that's about it on a car. You know, I can't really fucking build anything. I ended up a landscaper. I can take care of fucking yards, but I can't build fucking shit. Not handy.
And you don't need to change your own oil anymore.
True. But yeah.
How am I sounding now?
You're sounding better, Shrill.
Sound great.
Good job.
All right.
Only took 2 hours and 8 minutes.
Nice to meet you too. Well, what can I tell you? I mean, you waited a long time to send me the link. To admit that.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
I'm kidding.
I did. You're right. Yeah, I did. I was too busy trying to take care of King of all diffs. That was had my attention.
No, I'm all good, Nick.
He kind of underdelivered.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like going off in the chat, and then he came in and he was like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
He calmed down by then. It kind of reminded me.
I'm
You
a
probably
big
didn't.
fan of your work, Nick.
You probably didn't see it, Krishan, but that JT guy or TJ that I think you're having problems with too at the moment. I got on with him and Jake, and the dude didn't say shit. He was completely quiet after running his mouth the fucking whole time.
He's a lame. Can I just explain what happened real quick with him?
Yeah.
Because he was talking shit like for like the past few streams. I was listening to Jake, and he's like, "Hey man, anytime those guys want to go live, just let me know. I'll jump on their stream." And I'm like, "All right, this guy's just trying to get like he's trying to make a name for himself. I don't know."
Which guy was it?
TJ? I don't even know him.
Yeah,
I saw him on there.
Yeah, we don't know him, but Jake keeps he kept emailing me and Krishan with
yes, that too.
Screenshots of this guy and videos of him. It was fucking weird. Yeah.
And he's like, let me know.
Or TJ from Tukey, is it?
No, this guy came from, I don't know. Jake used to go on this guy named Chris Peeps. He had like a wrestling show. I think this guy TJ comes from some wrestling show or something.
I think Chris Peeps like raped his mother or something because he really has a grudge against him. Like he thinks that everybody is like sent by Chris Peeps for some reason. But yeah, he basically he was like going off about like, oh, just tell me to come on their show and this and that. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna let him come on. Like, fuck this guy. I don't know who he is. He's just trying to make a name for himself. And then I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'll let him come on. And then I hit him up. I'm like, hey, come on the show and talk about the Jake situation. He tries to panhandle for $100. And he goes, and then he goes, I said all I had to say, but if you want me on, I'll come on for $100. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Go fuck yourself. And he goes,
$350.
Yeah. Well, you're not even worth $1, bro. I don't even know who you are. I was being nice. You have like 27 subscribers. No content.
Yeah, Jake said you wouldn't pay him.
Yeah.
You owe him
So
money.
I'm like, okay, so you're trying to use the Jake situation to like kind of like catapult your career.
Yeah.
And make money off of it. And then I even told Jake that, and Jake's like, well, he said he wouldn't do anybody's show for free. I'm like, Jake, he's using your situation to make money. I wouldn't have asked him to come on my show otherwise.
Right, yeah.
I don't fucking know this guy. He's useless to me.
The whole thing was absurd. Like the Jake thing was over, and then this Jake and TJ guy just kept it going, and they're convinced that what Chris Peeps like mind controls us, and we do
yeah. I'm Chris Peeps' lackey. Like I
by the way,
yeah, I felt weird explaining it because I didn't want to like shit on Peeps because I'm like friendly with the guy, but I'm not like best friends with the guy. I don't fucking do it. He has nothing to do with any of this. But this TJ guy has a fucking hard on for Peeps, so he I don't know. It got all weird, and Jake kept sending it, and I was getting confused because I'm like, does Jake think we're actually gonna fight somewhere? Like what? Like we all live in different states. Like what the fuck is going on? He's like, you come for me, you come for all of us.
Here's the thing is he sent us a thing, like a comment that he goes, I'll take on anybody for Jake and this and that. And Jake sends us the comment, a screenshot of the comment with the title, read them and weep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are we talking? And I'm like, Jake, I even sent him a message. I'm like, Jake, nobody cares about this nobody. He's just trying to make a name for himself. Just invite one of us on your show and we'll talk about it. Or come on one of our shows. And it's like, I don't want to talk to this middleman.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
And it's funny, Peeps put out if you saw Krishan, he put out a video of like Jake on his wrestling show like 6 years ago. It's like this 30-minute compilation and Jake saying all this funny shit. And
hilarious.
That TJ guy comes on at the end and he's the only one that's mean to Jake in the whole video. But now 6 years later, he like Peeps, everyone's like nice to Jake, and TJ was like must have been fighting with Jake at the time. So obviously he knows what Jake's like. But
I just called him out on X because like I've had this happen multiple times where somebody calls me out and oh, well, I could kill you in a debate and this and that. And then when I go, all right, let's do a debate, let's set it up. And I try to be even respectful, like reaching out to people, because I know it's like you're giving me your time to come on my channel and this and that. And they always try to hit me up for money at the last minute. I've had people like go like the day of the debate, we've already scheduled it, and they try to hit me up for money. And I'm just tired of that. Like, I think it's just such a bitch way to do it. If you want money, just tell me up front. Like, I could afford $100. Like, I'm not Mr. Moneybags or anything, but like, you know, I make a decent living.
Yeah,
Like,
he's doing this tough guy act like he's defending Jake when we weren't even talking about Jake anymore. It was weird.
yeah,
And
I was just, yeah, sorry, go ahead, Nick. Sorry.
No, and I was just say, so I actually, when I finally got on, I was like, I was shocked Jake sent me the link. I think it was only because he didn't want to look, I don't know, like weak in front of like TJ, whatever, because TJ like, he's like, none of these guys will come on, you know, they're all bitches. So I was under one of my socks. I'm like, hey, Jake, it's fucking me. Send me the link. I'm like, you're saying fuck around and find out. You won't even have me on or whatever. So TJ's like, yeah, send him the link. He won't come on. And it took me a minute to come on because it was fucking like, you know, I didn't get it right away. I had to refresh. I thought Jake lied and didn't send it.
I got it too.
Yeah, that's what you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
It's like, I've got that one guy, he's supposedly wanting to come after me because I bullied Jake. No, I know Jake's disabled. I'm disabled. We were on Andrew and friends. Andrew's fucked up. He's permanently in a wheelchair with what's it? You know, as
cerebral palsy.
Yeah. Cerebral palsy.
And he lives in a facility. And Jake and these little minions, ASMR people and whatnot, comes in there and they're threatening him. They're calling the police. They're going to have his channel taken down. What did Andrew do to you? Nothing. Leave the fuck alone. That's what started all this shit.
Yeah, Jake's getting a posse. But anyway, I finally got on, and as soon as I get on, fucking TJ, he's like, yo, make this quick. I got shit to do. I'm like, dude, you're the one fucking saying I wouldn't come in. He didn't say a word. I ended up talking to Jake for like 20 minutes while TJ sat there.
I don't know. We get on Jake. Really? God damn it.
I don't know. There was some kind of I was talking about my anger. How you have real quick bits of anger.
I think I'll bring Jake up real quick.
I've surmised that this guy TJ is having money problems. And I'm only saying this because he brought my name up, but I think he's having money problems because his girl's on dialysis and the whole thing. And I don't want to get too deep or whatever, but like, I think he's having, medical bills and shit piling up. And I think he's like, oh, this might be my way to make some money in the Dabbleverse.
Yeah. The reason I think he's having money problems is because every time I see him on, he's out of nowhere. He's like, yo, all my bills are paid. My rent's paid. He says it like every fucking time. Like no one's talking about that.
Oh no. Yeah. That's because I called him broke. I said these broke niggas are always trying to like hit me up for money and not being upfront about it. I did like a whole post about it. So I think he posted that responding to me, but he blocked me because I told him I wouldn't pay him. Which again, I would have if he would have been upfront with it, because I'm all about content. I know the deal here. I'm not like fucking stupid.
All right, I'll kill the Jake talk. Sorry.
Let's kill it.
That was a bad analogy.
Moving on.
That was a bad analogy.
Again, all of our love to Jake. We love Jake. I don't know about Nick anymore.
I made semi peace with him. Like we're not buddy, but
what was the conversation you guys had?
So
I
went on because like he made that song about me, which he keeps playing because it's catchy.
The mask don't hide the truth.
Damn, Austin boy.
He kept saying that I was making money off of him, which I'm not. He kept telling TJ that I made all this money off him, and then he told TJ that I only talked about him because no one watched my political show, and I don't get great numbers or anything, but I showed him. I'm like, Jake, my whatever 5 shows I did like 2 shows on Jake, and then there was like 3 where he would come up or whatever. So I'm like, those 5 shows I did on you average like, I don't know, 150 views. And I'm like, my last 5 political shows have averaged like 250 views. I'm like,
it's pretty good.
He's like, yeah. Like, I'm just like, I'm not it's shit, Jake. But like, I actually got less views talking about you than I did about talking politics. I'm like, I don't make any money off of you. He's like, yo, I know. Like, so I just kind of wanted to get all that out. Like, like, hey, TJ, dude, this guy's telling you all this fucking bullshit. And it actually started off kind of contentious because Jake's like, when I was coming on, he's talking to TJ and he goes, Krishan's only got whatever, how many subscribers you have. And then I come on and he goes, Nick, how many subscribers you got? I'm like, oh, dude, not much, 200 something. And he's like, and I'm like, yeah, how many views you got on your videos, Jake? Because I'm like, I still get more views than fucking him, like not even close. And then he gives me his total, like he's got it all memorized. I've got like 58,000 views total. I'm like, yeah, you stream 12 times a day. I'm like, then I just calmed down and I'm like, Jake, you and I live two totally different lives. I'm like, I don't care about having famous people on my show. I like, sure, the more views, the better, 100%, but I'm not like obsessed with it. I'm not trying to make money off of it. I'm like, I got a wife and kids and 2 jobs. I'm not trying to, like, Jake wants to be like Joe Rogan or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not delusional or trying to be anything like that. So he's like, no, I know. And then it was just like a calm, regular conversation after that until I just left. But we haven't talked since or anything. So it's,
Yeah, you heard about the gun thing with me and Jake, right?
No.
When I was first getting into this, I said that I'd gone out to the range. I came back and I was cleaning my gun, and a message pops up wanting me to come on. It was him and Bobby Nick, and I come on there. We're sitting there talking. I just got done. I popped a magazine in, put it in my holster, and he freaked the fuck out, dude. It's not like I'm sitting there waving a gun around or anything.
Yeah.
So, and months later, he's like, somebody, I think his name was Ash or something, is really pissed off at you for that. I'm like, the fuck? I didn't know I couldn't show a gun on a live channel like that, but it's not like I was waving it around. I just slapped it in the holster and put it up.
It's weird. Kumi actually got hit for that. You can do it like in a pre-recorded video or something.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I pulled out my gun on a Hake show, the Hake Report.
Yeah.
And he
well, that's a good place for it.
Yeah, he had to edit it out. But I kind of did it as like a point because we were talking about the Second Amendment. So I just showed it as like a
Bibley,
what you got to say now, bitch?
But yeah. And then I have a basically AR-15 fucking posted up behind me. So
yeah, I saw that. That's nice.
Yeah, I love it.
Sam Bibley, what was your question to Krishan? I don't see it.
What I asked. Yeah. Why is he talking like he's relevant?
Oh, is that what he's? I didn't know if he had a real question. I wasn't trying to bust balls. I couldn't find the fucking question.
Like he's part of the panel, and I didn't answer his question. Shut the fuck up. Type it again, dickhead. Yeah. Do I need to type it again? Yes. You're a fucking commenter. We're not going to scroll up.
He says, Sam Bibley, Krishan, your pathological fetish for firearms is actually bad for the gun movement. True or false?
What do you mean by pathological fetish?
It's I just
said I admire the invention of the gun. I think it's a great invention. I don't see that as a pathological fetish. I think it's just like admiring any other invention. I think you're just so like sensitive that you see a gun as like some kind of killing machine, which it is. But I'm a man, and I'm fine with understanding that, and that I understand that I carry around a killing machine all day.
Aren't you supposed to be Nightwa at this time of night? What's going on, Daytwa?
Yeah, true. She changed it back.
Daytwa, please leave. Please leave. Don't leave. I'm making a joke, but yeah. Do you remember that, Krishan?
Don't leave.
She was one of the ones
I'll talk to you later.
What's funny about the firearm fetish thing? I was on YouTube scrolling down. I saw a short on there. It was the trans Blair White, I think. And this dude was freaking out because they were going through a tour, and she's got an armory. She had a freaking whole wall full of guns, even a Hello Kitty pink fucking flamethrower. I mean, she had a lot of freaking guns up on her wall.
There's something about when you shoot a gun, you like get it. There's something that clicks that goes, okay. Like I totally like I'm not some kind of like gun nut that like runs around like being a vigilante with my fucking gun. No, not at all. That's why I said I have to like kind of like I had an anger problem growing up, so I had to like get past that before I got a gun. Like I have a respect for it. It's not like some kind of like, oh my god, I was trolling you and you're falling for the troll, chatters.
Sam's
I was joking. I don't
Bibley's
fuck
a
my
top
gun.
troller. Underground Clipper, Sam Bibley. I love you, Sam, and I'll tell you this, buddy. Krishan will grow on you. Krishan and I, like, we're very different.
So do hemorrhoids.
But he definitely grew
Yes. So does a cancerous tumor.
Cancer tumor. I'm a tumor.
God, I'm trying to remember. I don't want to bring it up because we get along, but I think the first time we had like a debate, I threw in like some cheap. What the fuck did I call you? I forget.
I don't even remember.
Yeah. Shit.
Well, that's why I don't care about that all that stuff like name calling and shit. I like that in a debate. It adds spice to a debate, so it doesn't bother me.
Nope. Can't think of his name. Fuck. Who's the Because I think one of the first discussions we had, you were doing the chauvinistic thing. So shit. Oh, yeah. I think I called you like Timu Andrew Tate or something like that.
Well, I admit that I'm a sexist. I'm actually a sexist, and that's the thing that like I think a lot of right wingers like get afraid of, like when left wingers call them things, and they go, "You're a sexist," and they go, "No, I'm not." I'm the type that goes like, "Yeah, you know what? I am a sexist." But like, tell me what.
What do you mean by sexist? Tell me what you mean.
Well, I don't believe in equality. I think equality between the sexes. Like, I just don't think that's a possibility. I think we're not equal. Like, men are always going to be stronger than women. You could find your like variables. Like, you can compare some like, twink to like Ronda Rousey and go, oh, she can beat his ass, sure, but she's not fighting Brock Lesnar and beating his ass. Yeah, there's like
well for her.
I mean, I think there's differences.
Well,
that, but why
real
is
quick,
that?
Wait, hold on, real quick. Let me finish. I think there's a natural order to things. I'm a Christian as well, so I think there's a natural order to things. I think that men are supposed to lead. I think women don't have the capability of leading because they're so like emotionally unstable, and most of them will tell you that they're emotionally unstable. I've never met
1 week out of the month. Better watch out.
Yeah, like no matter what level we're talking about, I've never met a woman that's happy to be a leader. She likes the like being called a leader, and she likes the aesthetics.
Too many leader women then apparently.
I've met plenty of them. I've been in the workforce since I was 16 years old, actually 14, and I've never had a great woman leader.
And but you've had bad men leaders, right?
Yeah, sure.
And you've
had
way more men lead you than women. So maybe the sample size isn't that big.
No. But I've had really good leaders, and they've all been men, all of them.
Right.
I haven't had
so
one.
Many more of them to choose from, right?
No. I haven't met one good woman leader, and there's a lot to choose from because there's a lot of DEI kind of like, programs where women are pushed to like be in leadership positions that they don't deserve or qualified for mentally or emotionally.
And then these companies, they'll put out videos promoting this shit, and they're just making themselves look like bigger idiots is all they're doing.
It's just fake. It's fake. Yeah. That's all.
PSP, I'll tell you this, buddy. So when I first met Krishan, like I said, I thought it was an act. Like that's why I called him like Timu Andrew Tate. I'm like he's trying to do the Andrew Tate thing and blah blah blah. But we disagree on most things, but we get along, and I've come to the term where I don't think it's an act.
Well, if you want to like test whether or not I'm putting on an act, make an argument to what I'm saying. Don't just say I'm an act.
Well, the argument would
Make a
be, or
logical argument.
one of the main arguments would be is since I've been on here, we've been talking about how fucked up society is, and we've always been run by men. So maybe it's time to let the women have a chance.
I could see somebody like Tulsi Gabbard, starting out maybe vice president and working her way up there, but God.
She's okay, but to be supreme leader, I wouldn't. I just don't think women, like, it's not in their nature to do it.
Like, well, or maybe you held them down so long that they can't, that you can't, it's like you're saying, well, I'm not going to let you have the skills and experience to do this job. And then we put them in that job. And then when they can't do it, we blame them instead of saying, well, for, thousands of years, we haven't let you do anything.
Well, name a woman that has ever like innovated a company to make it make way more money and be way more successful. I guarantee you can't even look up one now.
I can look up several. The names of those people don't strike me, but the woman who's now running Jersey Mike's has done that over and over again, and that's why she was brought in by the company that bought them to just run Jersey Mike's. Jane Fraser, who runs Citibank, there's literally dozens of them.
Look at Oprah Winfrey. I can't stand her, but she
just named
the empire of sitting on her ass all day, flapping her jaws.
Yeah, you only named 2, and then you said a dozen of them.
Well, I only named 2 because those are the names that come to my head.
Also, we're talking about companies that are already established. Like, give me, again, a company that a woman has ever innovated and made way more successful.
What opportunity has a woman had to do that?
Doesn't matter. It's America. You make your own opportunity. There's no excuse.
Not if you're being held down, but I mean, there was Jenny Craig.
Explain how they're being held down.
Well, if people like you think that they can't be leaders, and if most men exclude women from leadership roles, how are women supposed to be learn to be leaders?
They make their own thing.
It's like no.
You're trying to make. You're trying to say that.
That's the same argument. No.
You're trying to say that men create a thing and then they should put women in charge of it to prove that they can do it.
No, what I'm saying is that men should give them the same opportunities that men
have
had. At least give them the opportunity to fail.
If they
why not?
Why should hold on? Why should men give them the opportunity if we're talking about equality? Why don't they make their own opportunity?
But it's not an equal system.
It is an equal system. They can create their own. They can create their own product. They can invent their own product that helps society to where that it's a valuable product.
Tell me what men have done that.
Pretty much every invention ever.
Right, and then when have women been allowed to invent things? When have women allowed?
They can right now.
Education?
What's stopping a woman from inventing a thing? Women invented a woman invented the bulletproof vest. So what? Why is she? Why? Hold on, real quick. Why is she any different from any other woman? Why hasn't any other woman created something that valuable?
If you're arguing to me that women have had the same opportunities that men have had, you're being ridiculous.
No, I'm saying right now they do. They have more opportunities than men do.
Since when? Since when? And they don't have more opportunities than men do. They probably have the same amount of opportunities.
How many government assistance programs do they have for men? Like for business?
How many do they have for women?
A lot of them. A lot of them.
No, you're telling me a lot. Tell me, name one. Tell me.
They have like let me hold on. Let me look it up.
All right, you got to look it up. And you were just saying to me, well, I couldn't come up with names. But what I'm saying to you is, I'll tell you one. In New York, we have 51% women-owned companies. Okay, get a bit of a break when they're bidding for contracts. But, for 300 years or 200 years, how long the city's been.
Okay, so you just name one for me. You just name one for me.
Women couldn't get contracts, right? So this is trying to even it out a little bit so that they have the opportunity. You're saying to me, you're going like, well, it's equal. It's not equal. It hasn't been equal forever.
No. That was the beginning. That was the beginning. That was the beginning of my argument. Is that I don't believe in equality.
Okay,
That was the beginning of my argument. Is that I don't believe in equality. That was the beginning of my argument. Is that I don't believe in equality. That was the beginning of my argument. Is that I don't believe in equality. Is that I don't believe in equality.
Right, because you're wrong. I'm telling you you're wrong.
No.
You're wrong, and then you said, "Well, then tell me to prove you were wrong." To prove your side, you then said, "Well, then you have to tell me about all these
I'll
people
try my best.
who accomplished
even from your standpoint, the only way that women can have equality is if we give it to them.
Schmiel, you got a question for Mr. Blue Sky. Do you think DEI would have been possible without women leaders?
That's all it was about.
I don't think so. I think that they I don't know. It came because DEI is such a, it's part of the whole critical theory, and it came from college campuses and stuff like that. So it's a good question. But this is the same argument that I get about black people, which is like, oh well, look at how they behave. Look at they do this for 400 years. You haven't let them get jobs. You haven't let them get an education. You've thrown them into housing projects, and then you're like, well, why can't you behave like us?
Black people were slave drivers, though. How do you account for that then?
What do you mean slave drivers?
Black people were slave drivers. There were slave drivers that were black.
Yeah, there
you know that?
Define a slave driver to me. I'm completely lost.
They bought and sold people in slavery. Do I need to explain that to you? Seriously?
But and where was that?
In America, sir.
Yes, in America.
Tell me who. This is
you don't know this?
So how many of them were there compared to all the other stuff?
What does it matter if black people were able to own?
An idiot.
Hold on. No. Now you're being an asshole.
Stupid.
Hold on.
Pulling stuff up.
No. Because you don't know history. I'm an asshole. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot because you don't know history. Okay, that makes sense.
Dude, I know history. You
don't. You didn't even know there were black slave drivers. You're a fucking idiot.
No, that's not the point, genius. What I'm saying to you, right?
That is the point, asshole, because if black people could own slaves, then how does that make that any different from white people owning slaves? Just because white people own more slaves than black people in this country, that doesn't make your argument.
Sparky,
it's actually counter to your argument.
Slow down. You got to let somebody talk, okay?
Go ahead.
I'm not talking about slavery. I'm talking as recently as a few years ago.
Okay,
right?
400 years. You said 400 years.
I'm talking for the last 400 years we've been.
Yeah, what are you talking about in 400 years? Are you not talking about slavery?
You tell me.
Easy, Rashawn.
What I'm saying,
bro. You're lying. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. So you tell me 100 years ago, a black guy would have been allowed to have become a doctor in the United States.
Yeah.
That's just stupid. You're lying.
You're lying. You didn't even know black people. You didn't even know black people were slave drivers. How the fuck are you gonna tell me? You don't know anything, bro. You're an idiot.
You're an idiot. You're going back. You're going back. You're pulling out this one little thing, this one little exception to the rule, and then you're going, oh, that's the point. It's where the unintelligent go. Look at the majority of the numbers. Look at the reality of what happens.
Yeah, more white people.
It's your same argument about women. Oh, you keep them down. You don't let them have the jobs, and then you say, oh, they're not leaders. And the thing about women in Christianity is not about men being superior. It's about complementarianism, right?
Yes,
it's about you have different skill sets and you use those skill sets, right?
Look at the fashion industry.
And a leader doesn't mean, right? Well, Anna Wintour, right, started that whole thing.
If we're complementary, does that mean we're equal?
Yeah. Why
no, it doesn't. We're complementary. That means we add different things. We have different qualities.
And how would that be? How would that be unequal?
How is it equal?
How would it be unequal?
Okay, so we're
using your example. The man is bigger and stronger.
Hold on.
If I have a woman that's small and tight, maybe she fits in a space that a man doesn't.
Ooh, small.
Does that make them equal or not equal?
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Are men typically stronger than women physically?
Yeah. So what the? But
okay.
And it would be great if we were farming land, but we're not.
Yeah, we are. We still need to farm land, do we not?
We don't. Have
Nope,
you ever
Bill Gates
gone out
wanted all.
to see what the migrants who pick stuff do and who it is? It's as many men as it is women, right?
No,
We don't haul farms
I
anymore. We
highly
drive
doubt that.
tractors and
I
we have
want proof.
machinery to do it.
I want proof that it's just as many men as women doing the
I
same
want
exact
proof
job.
of your slave driver thing and exactly how many there
That's
were.
fact, bro. That's fact. I
wasn't
don't
a
know what
lot.
you're.
No, how do you
Yeah.
know that? So I'm supposed to accept what you're saying is fact, but yet
Look it
you're
up.
not accept what I'm saying is fact. Look it up yourself. Look up what I just told
I
you.
know, no. I know that there were black slave drivers. You don't, obviously.
And I
So
know
look it
that
up
there
right
are
now.
women that are working the fields
Yes,
picking
but not.
grapes and
Yes,
shit.
but not as many men doing the same exact job. We're talking about different types of work. Sure, there's more. Sure, there might even be more women doing the work, but they're not doing the same work that men are doing. The same exact work. That's just counterproductive.
No,
That's
you're
counter
just
to
being
reality.
but you're
bro.
saying that they're not. You're saying that they're not equal, right? What you're saying is that they're not equal. That men are better. That's what you're
No,
saying.
that's not
And
what I'm
that's
saying. You're putting,
yes,
no,
it
no, no.
is.
You're putting
Because you
words into my
couldn't be a
mouth.
sexist if you
No,
weren't, because
no,
that's what a sexist means. A sexist means that women have limited capability.
that's what a misogynist is. I don't hate women. I believe that they're, like you said, complementary to men. I'm a Christian, so I believe women were created to be men's companion and take care
You
of
almost
them.
said servant.
Yeah, sure.
You were
Yeah,
very,
absolutely.
you were very close to that.
Absolutely.
Sandwich.
Absolutely. I'm not even close to saying it. I'm fucking saying it, dickhead.
Yeah.
So one up.
All right. Well, it's stupid. That's all.
No, because you have this new age kind of fucking thinking that you can't even argue what I'm saying.
Crazy,
Like
how
can women hold on.
How is my new age thinking any different than you're pulling out a myth from 2,000 years ago and saying that that's fact?
You admit that even today, 2,000 years later, that men are typically stronger than women, right?
You're talking about one area physically?
Yes. Okay. So another thing. Women are typically more emotionally unstable than men, right?
I disagree.
Okay, then you're being dishonest. Even women.
Speaking of emotionally unstable women, the people that shot Trump, right? The guys that shot up those schools that wanted to be women. Those are you're telling me they're emotionally stable? The guy who attacked the train, the Ukrainian woman on the train, emotionally stable.
Yeah. I know someone.
You're
Fuck
winning
you.
your argument.
You're blocked. Fuck you.
No, again, you're talking about a very smaller percentage than the actual men that are normal.
No larger or certainly no smaller than black slave drivers.
How is that even an argument? That's just retarded what you just said.
How is it retarded? You just made the same comparison. You said to me before that I didn't know history, right? Because there were black slave drivers.
Now you're saying it as a fact because I taught you that.
I'm just using your own. I'm using your argument.
No. Your argument was that because there was slavery.
People, so you use that to justify everything.
Your
now
argument.
I turn around and I point out to you a bunch of emotionally unstable men, and you're like, no, that's only a few of them.
You're conflating two different arguments now.
I'm not.
Because your argument earlier was that black people couldn't get ahead because of 400 years and this and that. I mean, you didn't even know that black people could own slaves at the time.
And how many did?
It doesn't matter. They could.
Yeah, they could.
Well, they all could. I know they did.
They were able to. So were they not able to, sir?
Slaves.
How would they have afforded these slaves?
What does it matter when they could? It wasn't about race.
You're denying reality.
No, you're denying reality.
No, you're denying reality.
You don't even know reality. You didn't even know there were black slave drivers.
You have an agenda that you want. This black slave driver thing seems to be. What I do know is I do know that growing up as a kid, black people weren't allowed to move into our neighborhood.
Yeah, because you were racist. You were racist.
No, had nothing to do with me.
Your
pal.
family, you
It
and
had
your
to do with the
family
law.
were racist. That's why you didn't want them living
Dude,
in your fucking neighborhood.
You're
You're
it's
the
got-
racist. Don't
it's got
pretend that
nothing to
it's
do-
the
it's
other
got
way
nothing to
around,
do with me.
motherfucker. You're
I
the
do know
racist.
that as of the 1950s, jobs would say, advertisements would say, no blacks.
Yes, that was you and your family, right?
That's not, my family.
Yeah, because
ads in
you wouldn't want them
newspapers
in
are
your
from my
fucking
family.
neighborhood.
You're a fucking idiot. You just
Yeah, exactly.
You want to make
You're
a
the
point that you
racist,
can't
buddy.
make. So what you're doing is you're denying fact.
You think I
No,
love it?
Go
you're
back
denying
to
facts.
pick up your thing.
You won't admit that there were black slave drivers because you're denying facts and it
What
destroys your
difference
entire
does it
argument.
make? What difference
Because
does it make?
your
I
argument
admitted
is
it. I
that
said,
black
okay,
people couldn't get ahead because they were owned by white people, when that's not the truth. When there were black slave drivers who even owned Irish slaves. There
Where
were
was that?
black
Dude,
slave drivers that
where'd
owned
you get-
white
where is
people,
this?
sir.
Where is this history coming from? Honest to God.
History.
Where,
You
what
don't. You
history?
haven't
No,
done
no,
nothing.
no, no.
You thought it was just white people, right?
Give me one place where you got this from, other than out of some like right wing encyclopedia.
Oh, it's
or
right
something.
wing. It's right wing conspiracy
Well,
now.
it's
That white people
stupid.
own-
So
that
right
black
wing
people own
conspiracy
slaves.
would go with it.
You're a
And I-
fucking moron, sir. Go and do your history. Go and do your research before you
There
talk
were
to me.
blacks that did own slaves.
My dad is black, by the way. You fucking idiot.
Somebody else, man, Indian tribes.
Where's my
had a
agenda
lot of
there,
slaves.
asshole?
It doesn't, but it doesn't make you any. The fact that your dad is black does not make you any less racist, right?
Exactly. Yes, anybody can be racist, including black people, right?
But that's not the point. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about
Yes, so
individuals.
black
We're
people
talking
could own
an
slaves.
entire. Is this the only thing
Which
that you
they
have?
did.
So you're going to say that black people have had a fair shake in this country since the country was
Yes,
founded?
because they could own slaves, just they couldn't do it because they couldn't afford it.
And they could get housing, and they could get jobs, and they could do all those
Yeah,
things.
Irish
We didn't need
people were
laws
also
to
Irish
change-
people, and
We didn't need
Italians were
laws
also
to
Chinese.
Chinese, Japanese were all oppressed by this government at one point. Sure, we can all make the
What?
argument, sir.
I know. I don't. That's why I don't want you to. Sorry. Give me 1 second, people.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
You can talk about your little conspiracy theory while I'm
He's
gone.
not gonna come back.
It's not a conspiracy.
This is his way out. This is his fucking way out. What do you have to go kill mosquitoes? You dickhead.
You know what's funny? So like
Sorry,
like
Nick.
look, it's all right, man. I did know from they were black slave owners and everything. But I'm gonna be embarrassed. I'm just gonna say the truth. I never heard the term slave driver. I always heard like slave owner.
I've
It's a
heard
black.
of it.
It's a black thing.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Black
All right.
It's
So that's what confused me at the beginning. But
It's
the slave
it
driver
sounds-
thing is more of a term used for people like a supervisor, a real slave driver.
I think.
well,
it's
yeah,
a rude-
right. I know that.
I
Okay.
don't think you could use better wording for it.
So I do know like the term slave driver, but I meant like in this perspective.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like my boss is a real slave driver. Like, I know that.
Can I real quick make my point because we were arguing? Like my point was that you can't
Excuse
go
me,
and
I
say
got
that black people didn't have the opportunities or they were held back or whatever when there were black slave drivers. Like you can't say that this was a racially based thing.
Why
I think the
can't I
reason
say that?
because you're not looking at it from a reality based thing. Here's the thing. Let me just explain it before you cut me off. The reason why there were black slaves is because they tried it originally with Scottish and Irish slaves. The problem is they couldn't hack it in the
'Cause they're
fucking
white.
southern. Yes, in the southern sun, and they were
drunk.
getting heat stroke and they were passing out and shit. And then they
Sunburn.
realized, oh, we can get
Right.
these African slaves for like way cheaper. Also,
You
and we
also
can
think
get
the Earth
them
is flat, right?
what's up?
You think the Earth is
Oh.
flat as well,
No, let's don't
No, I
do
don't.
that. Let's
No, I
don't
don't.
go there for the love of God.
right? Look,
No.
The
Again, you're just
Irish-
you're denying reality. Do you not believe there were Irish and Scottish slaves, sir?
where were these Irish and Scottish slaves that you're that you're talking about?
They were literally the most enslaved people across the fucking world.
You're saying the world, right?
Yes, look it up again.
But
Before
we're-
you
we're not
argue with me and look like a goddamn moron.
Dummy,
look it
we're
up.
not We're talking about the
Come
United
on.
States. We're not talking about the world. You want
Why
to talk
not?
about?
Why are we not talking about the world?
I have a dream.
Okay, if we're talking about just the United States and not the world, do you know that the United States had like one of the lowest percentages of slavery in the world? The most enslaved like people were in South America. So why don't you take your little crusade against the Brazilians? But you're not man enough to do that. You want to fight Christian pacifists because you know we're not going to do anything. You won't go fight Brazilians and Venezuelans who actually fucking enslaved more black people than anybody across the goddamn world.
You're justifying.
Where's your history?
So you're justifying. So you're justifying, right? You're justifying slavery.
Anything.
That's what you're doing.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
It's a thing that happened.
Right. And when did it end? Right. And aren't we supposed to be smarter? And didn't slavery end in Europe way before it ended here?
There you go. You finally admitted something. So slavery ended in Europe, right?
There was no act.
Okay, so it was white people. It was white people that ended slavery.
He's sleeping, Wendy.
America is one that started
that. Don't answer, right? You don't. What essentially what you're talking about is what you're calling slavery. I mean, slavery goes back to your biblical times, right? It's even mentioned in the Bible. But what you're talking about when you're talking about Irish and Scottish being slaves in Europe, what you're talking about is being invaded by countries and taken over. Not
That's
about
what happened in Africa. Same thing happened in Africa. So what's your point?
What happened in Africa? In Africa, you had other Africans sending people over to be sold as property. Very different.
They've been rewriting that, by the way. That didn't happen, they're saying now, but they're full of shit.
There's a lot of different like ways that people are sold into slavery. Like, let's not pretend it was just like this like one track way.
Yeah,
we're not pretending anything. What we've been trying to say is that
no, I didn't say
people
that.
People have been held down, right, for hundreds of years, and then you're saying, well, because they can't function as well as you can, that somehow that's their fault. Like women are not leaders, which is my point, is because you didn't let them become leaders. How are they supposed to learn how to be leaders?
If they were leaders, we wouldn't need to let them. The fact that you need to say let them proves my fucking point. They need
no,
to.
It doesn't.
They need to appeal to. Hold on.
It's like you guys with your guns. You're all tough guys. Hold on. Let me just make this point. You've got guns, right?
Let me just make this point,
please. That?
Please let me make this point. The only way that feminism works, and you'll see it even in their fucking messaging, they have to appeal to the patriarchy in order to get what they want. They can't just take what they want by force like men can. That's why we're the ultimate leaders in this world, because we have force on our side. If we decide tomorrow that women are just going to be our sex slaves in America, they're going to be our sex slaves. The fact that they're not our sex slaves shows how benevolent we are in this country as men. And you're not giving us any credit for that.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what I'm supposed to be giving you credit for.
That we give women anything that women have in this country, we give them. And even by your argument,
away.
Hold on. Let me finish my point and then I'll let you talk, I promise. Even by your point, we have to let women be leaders. They can't just be leaders like we can, because they don't have force on their side, and it's as simple as fucking that. So tell me how I'm wrong.
It's not force, it's control. They don't have
which is force. How do you have control without force?
Money.
Are you kidding? What?
It's true, dude. I could go fuck Donald Trump up in 2 seconds, but he's got money and power over me.
Yeah, but you still have to pay for the force. Like, you still have to pay. Like, for instance, you have to have like security if you're gonna be a fucking asshole. You know what I mean? You still have to have the show of force.
You have a very
Like,
narrow.
there's no
you have like
dictator that
zero
doesn't have an
sense.
army behind them.
Right, but we're not talking about dictators. How do you think women became powerful in Europe?
We
They're
gave them
leaders,
the power. Men gave them the power.
or maybe they slowly took it.
Yeah.
Right.
In what way? By nagging us?
And there's a big,
Yeah.
there's a big,
Yeah, exactly.
there's a
Eventually we
big
just gave in
difference
to their
between.
shit.
Well, or maybe that's force. Maybe it's just a different use of it.
Real
Maybe
quick.
they took
No,
their
it's not-
skills and
it's not
used their
Hold on, hold on,
skills
hold on,
to.
hold on.
That evil pussy power.
Both of you
Yes,
make your,
exactly.
both of you
It's
make your final
manipulation.
points
It's
because
not
I got to get to
force.
bed. We're at the 3-hour mark. Make your final points, gentlemen, and then we'll pick this up some other time.
All right, I'll make
nothing.
this point. Sam, what is it? Shamil? Or am I saying?
Krishan, can I ask you a question? Did you ever go to college?
No.
Okay.
Well, that doesn't.
What
Well,
history
you're
books?
making a
What
point for
no,
authority.
no.
I
I'm
don't
just
give a
asking
fuck
you
about
questions.
college.
What history books do you read? Where are you getting this history from?
I mean, I do research. I look it up. What do you like?
Yeah.
How do you look it up? I mean, that's my thing, because it sounds to me like what happens is, and this is a danger of today's world, is that what you can do is you can enter an echo chamber instead of actually learning things. So you get proven to you what you already believe, as opposed to
I don't like
finding out what really happened.
I don't like echo chambers. The fact that you didn't even know there were black slave drivers, which is like a proven fact.
What difference does it make, though, dude? What difference does it make?
The fact that you can't even admit it shows you that there's a difference to be made,
Dude,
because it kills your entire argument, sir. So let me make my final point. Let me make my final. Hold on. Nick said let's make our final point. Buckman, if you want to reach out to me, or I'll reach out to you on Twitter, I'll invite you to come on my stream and we can have a full discussion about this. Like I'm open to it. I don't like echo chambers. I go after right wingers, even though I'm a right winger, the whole nine. If you want to come on my show, if you're thanks, Chris. If you're willing to come on to my show, we can continue this discussion. I'm down for that. Or we could do it on Nick's show or whatever. I like talking to you though. But yeah, that's kind of like my point. I think like there's a lot of false information going out. Again, I think the fact that there were black slave drivers does destroy your point. You just won't admit it. It does show that black people did have the opportunity to do the same thing white people were doing at the time, so it wasn't about race. And that's where I'll leave it. If you're down to link up, I'm down.
Dude, I really have to be honest and say that if you believe that black people in this country have had the same opportunities as white people, you're delusional. I mean, it's just
you haven't debunked the point.
Factually, what's my point that I'm supposed to debunk?
What's your whole argument is based on slavery.
No, it's not based on slavery. I never brought up slavery.
Black people were able to own slaves as well, because you said the 400 years. If black people were also able to own slaves, then there was an equal opportunity even in slavery.
Well, you didn't have them. That's like saying to me that I have the opportunity to have a $50 million. I have the same right to a $50 million yacht as Jeff Bezos. But if it's not available to me, what difference does it make?
No, because you didn't earn that. Just like you didn't earn, like if you as a white person back in those days didn't earn the wealth to own slaves, you wouldn't have owned slaves. So does that make you less racist or less evil?
Well, you're claiming that they earned it.
Yeah, they earned the wealth.
No, they really didn't. Maybe they didn't earn the wealth. Maybe because they used slaves, they didn't pay people what they should have paid them, and maybe they got away with that.
The wealth? You have to have wealth before you can own slaves. You have to have wealth to own slaves.
Right, and then but that gets into a much deeper question, right? Who financed them? Where did the money come from?
Okay, so
I mean, you're acting like these people that it's the whole thing is it's like people can have an opportunity to do things, but you have to be able to put it all together, right?
Yeah.
And
well, that's where I think we can continue this conversation at a further point.
If I go to take out a mortgage, I'm borrowing the money from a bank, and if the bank is willing to lend it to me but not lend it to a black guy, is everything equal?
again, I know Nick wants to wrap up, so I don't want to continue the argument. But I think this is a great conversation. I'm willing to have it. Are you on Twitter?
Bank and getting a loan for that?
Yeah, I'm at Buckman Schmiel.
Okay, I'm gonna get you a follow. Follow me back, and then we'll set up a thing if you want to set up.
Can I, Nick?
Yeah.
The reason why I don't have a gun is because I don't want a gun, and
good reason.
Right, and
it's not a good reason.
I don't agree. I believe in the Second Amendment, but I also at the same time think the need that you need to have a gun or whatever. I don't. If we were a society, we could probably all get together at some point and say, is this benefiting us or if it's hurting us? But we don't. We just butt heads.
Kumbaya.
Yeah, no, I agree, Schmiel. Like I told you, I'm not against all guns, but I don't own a gun. I don't think guns are the answer. I think I made that clear. It's part of the problem and it's not the answer. But I have to give King of all diffs, even though, I have to give him, he's right. They're here. This country is fucking is just it's not even that the guns are here, it's the country's mentality about the guns. Like, even though they're here, if everyone was more willing to discuss and this and that, we could do something about them. But it's just, I know. Even though I get frustrated and I get frustrated because I don't have the answers. I get frustrated that we never do anything. We just seem to go backwards, and it drives me nuts.
It's amazing because I think the problem with this country is we're too sensitive about guns. But I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I was just gonna say that it's not the guns isn't like people that blame everything on the guns. That's not right. But I also think people that act like the guns don't play a variable in the whole thing, I don't think is right either. But anyway, all right. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. We seem to get off topic, but I'm actually interested. I might do some reading before bed. One of the independent journalists I watch posted something like 40 minutes ago saying he can't wait to talk about this tomorrow, saying whatever information he's getting isn't adding up and seems like an inside job.
Of
course. I'm not saying it is, but this doesn't seem like the type of, I'm just saying this isn't the type of person that usually says that, which has me intrigued. It's probably not, like, I never really get into those conspiracies, but you never know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But either way, even though we got some Second Amendment guys, I think we're all still First Amendment guys, and there's no place for violence in political discourse and all that. So I wasn't as I don't know how to say it. I'm not going to say sensitive, but Ava was very. You can tell Ava was shook, and I wasn't going to say I wasn't shook. I got that gut feeling, a weird feeling when I saw the shot, and I got another weird feeling when I found out he was actually dead, because I seemed to be in denial about that whole thing. I stated before, I like that Charlie, I like talking to the people on the other side. Charlie was on the other side.
Made him think.
Yeah, I like the whole discourse thing.
Yeah.
The only thing I said I question is I did question some of the how do I want to put it? Like, he's part of his, I forget the word I used, but
it was like theatric.
Yeah, like almost like he was backed by people. But to be fair, I'm probably in the wrong there. Even if I'm right, I'm probably in the wrong for bringing that up at this moment. So I can admit when I'm wrong. So I probably shouldn't. The man died in front of his kids, so I probably shouldn't even get into motives. That's what I was going to say. Where his motives were, because
real is real, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, right. Ava's right. The motives don't even matter at this point. So anyway, all right. Thank you all for showing up. Oh, yeah, hold on. Everyone do your plugs. Krishan, tell people where they can find you.
Nick, thank you so much for having me on. Buckman, good to talk to you. Good arguing with you. I like this kind of discourse. I hope this doesn't disappear because of the Charlie thing. I hope people kind of keep it in good spirits and we get into a better place with that stuff. I know we called each other idiots and we got kind of contentious, but you know, I like that kind of stuff. Like I don't get sensitive about it. You can follow me on X at Krishan the Don, CRISHAUNTHEDON. You could follow my show at Misfit Nation, the Misfit Nation, excuse me, on Rumble, the Misfit Nation podcast on YouTube. We'll be going live tomorrow. And Chris Thompson, good talking to you as always.
Nice seeing you again, Meryl.
Definitely, man.
All right. Chris, do your plug, sir.
Just put it in my name right there. I didn't send fun ones my channel. I do got a show Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, Organized Chaos. I'm on a lot of panels with Bobby Nick, and late nights I usually do the Scream stream, jump scare horror games. So
nice.
Check it out.
Awesome.
Mr. Buckman, even though a lot of your fans are here, tell them where they can find you anyway.
I'm Shmuel Buckman on YouTube. Be live tomorrow night at 8 o'clock with Tukey, Rocco, El Horrible, and we're going to talk about everything except 9/11 and hopefully avoid Charlie Kirk as well.
It's pretty hard to do. It's pretty fresh right now.
Good luck, though.
I will I'll put everyone's links in the description as soon as I'm done, including Ava's, since she was on. It was actually good to have Ava back.
Yes.
It was nice. So anyway,
happy 9/11, everybody.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's even after midnight where I am. Fucking crazy. All right. I am OG Mumbling Nick on X and obviously here on YouTube because here you are. And I do a political show every Sunday with Liquid Cryptid at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time called Dabbling in Politics. And this Saturday, I'll be back on with the Pineapple at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on his channel doing Between Two Hacks. And this is, I will try my best, which unfortunately is the one show that I don't have standard days and times. I just go live whenever I feel like it. But hopefully that'll change at some point. But thank you guys for showing up. Please like and subscribe, and please check out everyone else's channel and sub to them if you haven't already. But thank you guys. This is actually a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do the panel thing more often.
Nice meeting you guys.
Thank you for inviting me, Nick.
No problem. You're always invited, Shmuel, you fucker. Anyway.
Nice meeting you.
Take care, guys.
Yeah.
Krishan, good to talk to you.
Absolutely.
Chris, next time, hopefully, we'll get to
Okay.
talk a little bit longer.
Look forward to it. I'll drop in.
Yeah.
And just so the three of you know, I'm going to bounce as soon as this is over, so you don't have to stick around. But for the post talk.
Good night, boss.
Good night, guys.
I'm out.
Oh, by the way.
By the way. Hey, ladies of the Dabbleverse. I'm good at eating pussies.
Mumbling Nick in the back room clearing, cool pineapples rolls too strength to bear. It's the C-Said cake, you've got some flair. Time to break the chains and take the air. I will try my best, won't let it rest. With a mic in hand, I'll ace this test. From the shadows to the limelight's crest, I will try my best. Yeah, I'll try my best. Yeah, I'll try my best. Nick's voice stumbles, but the words ignite. In the chaos, truth takes flight. No more scripts, no boss in sight. He's got his dream, he'll do it right. I will try my best, won't let it rest. With a mic in hand, I'll ace this test. From the shadows to the limelight's crest, I will try my best. Yeah, I'll try my best. Yeah, I'll try my best. Nick's voice stumbles, but the words ignite. In the chaos, truth takes flight. No scripts, no boss in sight. He's got his dream, he'll do it right. I will try my best, won't let it rest. With a mic in hand, I'll ace this test. From the shadows to the limelight's crest, I will try my best. Yeah, I'll try my best. Interviews roll, stories unfold. Mumbling no more, his voice turns bold. Mr. C cheers from the sidelines cold. Ain't no pineapple left in the cold. Now the studio's his, the future bright. Nick's own podcast is guiding light. No more whispers, his tone takes flight. His story
Taz, if you want me to go down on you, I will. I'll try my best.